Minecraft saves. Let me, how do I want to do this? Let me delete the old one. No, not the old one, the current one. I'm so nervous doing this, even though I know there's copies
Right.
everywhere, but
It's the same kind of thing. Like I've rarely had to restore different worlds from backups, but whenever I'm doing it, it's like now I'm playing with the only, good copy that I have. And so I need to make extra sure that I don't copy the destination to the source rather than the source to the destination
right,
or
yeah, hidey hole paradox.
all the whatnots and etc. Someone that actually will transition into another anonymous donator who was asking a question because I just said whatnot and etc. And that is definitely a uh, I don't know, verbal tick or turn of phrase or something that I've picked up from you. Um, Whereas we both kind of like had indeed kind of like going in before we met as kind of like a saying that we normally said, but I'm trying to figure out where that question was. Someone was basically asking, here it is. Oh, it's actually someone with a name. James Sucks at Games is the person who asked this question and who donated to FLoB-ATHON today. So thank you, James, for your donation. But as a longtime subscriber, wanted to donate for a while, but never had the money until now. Finally, have a bit between paychecks, so I'm going to donate. Thank you so much. Hope that it's enough. Every question or every donation is definitely appreciated. But the question was, I also do Minecraft videos, and I noticed that when I started, I was adopting some of the mannerisms from other YouTubers at first. And I'm curious if you've accidentally said or holded back from kind of saying something that another YouTuber would say. I think you said outro of darkness once back in the day, for example. And so,
True.
yeah, I know I have my own take on that question, but let's throw it to Kurt.
Yeah, hold on. Let me 1 second. I will get to that.
Okay, while you're doing your thing, I'll go ahead and say on my own then that I definitely have picked up, I just did the whatnot and etc. that's from Kurt, and part of it is because obviously I'm in Kurt's stream, and so Kurt is right here, and so my brain is primed for various Kurtisms. But I think it's definitely the case, regardless of whether it's YouTubing or just, talking to people in real life, the people that you are around and talking to the most or listening to the most are, if they have any particular, verbal tics or types of language that they use, you're bound to kind of pick up on them. And so I think it's just kind of the nature of the people that you're around or the people that you're listening to. I imagine also in terms of just, like television, adds to homogenization of, in America, pronunciations of words and the types of words that we speak or whatever, because everybody is tuned into the same channels. And so lots of people are watching the same people. And on the internet, you have memes that go around. And so you have these popular ideas that spread really, really fast and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, definitely to pick out a particular one. So I just said indeed, whatnot, and etc., which is something that Kurt says. And in my single player Let's Play, one of the songs that I sing when I'm crafting torches is Torches, Torches, Torches. And Kurt has picked up on that and sometimes does Torches, Torches, Torches also when he's crafting torches. And so I know that that's one that we have exchanged. Um, yeah, but I imagine that there are probably some others. I think most famously, I really enjoy watching Zisto. And so the fact that he has done the Welcome Back to the MindCrack, which he picked up from Doc M, is another one of those where you pick up points of speech from other YouTubers. How's the backup going, Kurt? Oh, he's probably on mute or something. Or maybe I'm on mute. Maybe my internet is disconnected. Maybe no one's listening to me and I'm just talking to myself in my own room. I guess I should pay attention to the chat and see if anyone can hear me. Is anybody out there? Kurt was saying we're pushing the limits of Minecraft and the limits of technology. It's kind of like his interest in space and space exploration. We're on the frontiers. But uh, people are saying, don't worry, Brian. All right. So that's good. It sounds like at least I am here. So at least there's some audio. I don't want to turn on my own audio because then I'll be getting, I guess it won't be feeding back through my microphone though. I guess I can listen and just see if I'm hearing my own voice here on the stream. Yes, I am. Okay, that's good. Ah, And now is as good a time for any in terms of another Child's Play charity update because the number is 175 13546. And when I originally looked at that, I thought it ended in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it's even farther along than that. But that's some more fun numbers. And yeah, we're definitely creeping up towards the 1777777. And so that would be awesome to do before the end of the day, either as a tribute to Doc or just because people want to donate to Child's Play. And I see Seth Bling in the chat. Amazing. He is someone else who did something super awesome with command blocks recently. If you guys haven't checked out his kind of like Tron Light Cycles minigame thing on his channel, I would definitely go check that out because that was both a clever idea to take advantage of some of the new Minecraft Minecraft 1.8 snapshot features, as well as just make it really visually interesting with some of the blocks that they've added in some of the last updates to make a cool little mini game. So by all means, check out Seth Bling.
Indeed,
And...
I'm back. Apologies.
Oh,
but yes.
Hooray!
I'm back, and I'm still. I don't know. Well, I guess because I'm coming from a normal disk to a solid state disk, it's taking longer to restore the backup than it does to back up the world. So
I see. Right.
It's coming back slowly. I'm at 68%, 7.5 of 10.8 gigs.
But I'm glad you're back. We missed you, the star of the show.
Yes. You were answering the question about...
the co-star of the show. Wolfie's really the star of the show, honestly.
Co-stars here? What? Jokes. YouTuber jokes. Yeah, well, I just came in and you said Seth is in the chat. Hello, Seth. I'm restoring the backup. I was going to answer that question about other YouTubers' mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a point where BOO kind of started doing, like as a joke, where he started saying indeed, and he like tried to do the snoring noises, but he couldn't do it. So like in response, in one of the I can't remember what episode it was, Farlands or Bust episodes, I like started the episode as him, where I had like a phone going off in the background, and with hell's blazes and stuff like that. And even some of that you tend to pick up on, like I would say hell's blazes as like an exclamation,
right?
Because I really didn't have like a catchphrase when something goes wrong or something like that. I would just have indeed. And yeah, so yeah, you try not to, I suppose, you try not to do that sort of thing because it's like the other person's catchphrases or trademark or something like that, kind of. But it's all, I suppose it's.
Yeah, I mean,
flattery,
I guess.
It's just,
flattery or what is the imitation is the highest form of flattery kind of thing on the one hand, and on the other hand, yeah, you want to be original and not take other people's stuff, and so kind of goes both ways. But it's definitely you'll accidentally or on purpose like occasionally pick up one or two of those things. Yeah. So in any case, once again, thank you, James, for your donation to Child's Play charity.
Yeah, I've noticed like even in other people, I've noticed playing F1 with Beef, he's recently started to do the kind of the Homer Simpson whisper voice that I always used to do. I'll still do, the I don't think he's there, something like that. I've noticed Beef started to doing that. I don't know if he got that from me. I know he also watches The Simpsons, so I get a lot of that from The Simpsons or other places as well. So it's not, I can't say I'm the originator of it either.
Indeed, yeah, the Simpsons one. I even had one of my early episodes or whatever. Like I had a little kind of like outro kind of thing, and I had borrowed something from The Simpsons. I don't remember all the details now, but yeah, The Simpsons. I actually still watch. I don't know if as many people watch as did back in the day, but I still find it funny most of the time. Let's see. What percentage are you up to now?
It just completed is the correct instance of that word. And I've launched Minecraft once again. Minecraft. Yay! It says.
That's my usual intro. Minecraft. Read the splash screen. And there's a whole bunch of new splashes actually coming in 1.8, and so I'm excited about that because it gets a little bit boring. You're reading the same old splashes over and over and over again. And in terms of other catchphrases, I saw Axel Rosie saying in the chat a while before. You must place blocks.
Oh yeah, that
Just
one.
TM maps and good and how do you win at Minecraft? You must place blocks. All right, but I'm seeing Minecraft on the screen. So
Minecraft on the screen. I'm seeing, as opposed to we were at 11,000 something megabytes, we're back down to 10,957. I'm going to play the selected world. I should be inside of a hidey hole, I believe, is where this is going to set me off. Yeah, okay. Woof, okay, and Wolfie's there. All is good.
hooray!
We just lost some time there. Okay, I remember this now. I remember there were a bunch of burning skeletons and such off in the distance. Perhaps we'll have to consciously like walk.
Save every hour or something.
Oh well, yeah. Besides that, but I mean, in terms of to make sure we get fresh, we don't see the same stuff we just saw. Not that I remember much of it, but we'll maybe walk south like a little bit, southwest, just to make sure we're visiting new. Terrain and avoiding the evil pumpkin patch of demonic possession.
Oh dear.
Of course, also I appear to. Oh yeah, I made a new axe at the beginning of this. Gosh, this feels like so long ago. I got to do all this stuff again. I made a new axe and a new shovel. So let me do that again because that's about to break. It's like deja vu.
Indeed.
See you back in the future.
I said when I first joined the stream that you were a Time Lord. And you had brought me into the future, and now we've traveled into the past, and so I've traveled every which way and direction at this point during my, I don't know, hour or whatever I've been here in the stream. So that is crazy town. But yeah, this is what FLoB-ATHON always brings, some unexpected surprises, as opposed to just the normal YouTube Farlands or Bust episodes.
True.
And so for those of you who are experiencing it live, you got to see it first. I know that I've seen a number of people ask, do you expect that this FLoB-ATHON will eventually make its way, the footage, to YouTube's as well?
Yes. I'm kind of putting my trust in Twitch to be archiving as I've got the settings right. It seems to be saving them. And then I'm able to grab the footage from Twitch, either directly push it to YouTube, which has always been a little bit shifty, but either do that or I can download it and then mix it together and upload it myself. But yes, otherwise there is a way I could be recording at the same time, but I don't think I have 12 hours of space on my hard drive in order to keep all this.
Right.
I mean, given the current, what just happened with the game freezing on us, I don't want to attempt that any further. But yes, it will make its way to the YouTubes. Definitely the F3 moment becomes its own kind of highlight video normally. Well, normally, in the past 2 times it's happened.
Yep. It's good to have traditions, even if they are relatively new ones.
Yes. Oh no, gosh, another pumpkin patch. Run away.
Now, in addition to the cactus in the desert, we have other things we need to avoid.
Pumpkins.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Someone was pointing out that I was one of many guests who was near the end of the last FLoB-ATHON when we had the glitch with Wolfie. And saying that maybe it's Brian who's the curse. I certainly hope not. Oh dear. But yeah, I think it's to be expected the farther along you get on your journey, and especially when you're doing it live and trying to talk to all these people and get different people on the Skype call and juggle 100 other things that are going on. More likely that we will encounter some of the weird and strange phenomena that you encounter as you get on the frontiers of Minecraft.
The frontiers.
Speaking of frontiers, one of the questions that Shugo21 had asked a while back was, you've been talking a lot about space and SpaceX and NASA and all kinds of stuff on the channel lately. What upcoming space missions from NASA are you excited about?
Upcoming space missions. You know what? I'm not sure. I mean, there's ones that are currently out there. Obviously, I mentioned Juno a lot. I saw that launch, but that's not going to reach Jupiter until 2016, as it just flew by the Earth. Also, I saw somebody a lot earlier mention New Horizons. That's the one that's headed out to Pluto. That's going to be there in 2015. I'm not sure what month that's going to be. It's going to fly by Pluto, which will be our first up-close pictures of Pluto. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to like pick a favorite. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I know that it's always a big question, like whether you hear about, like, there's the James Webb Space Telescope is kind of the big talk of the town for the replacement of Hubble, but until it launches, you really can't say, because it's over budget, way behind schedule, and it's been threatened to have the plug pulled multiple times. And so you can never say, oh, I'm looking forward to this mission, and then the mission never happens or something like that.
Right. Such is the nature of, the beast or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, even ongoing ones. Cassini is currently still orbiting Saturn, and that one still brings back some pretty awesome images and science and stuff. And that one's been... It almost seems like it's been up there as long as I can remember, but...
Yeah, it could be interesting to have kind of a timeline that someone makes of different NASA space missions and the timeline that they're there, and then someone could also have, projected timeline for Kurt reaching the far lands is another thing.
Yeah,
in terms of long distance travel.
There was that kind of, somebody made a website that compares the size of things. And it was like a flash. I can't remember. There was like a name or a link that was going around, and one of, it compares Earth and the Sun and Neptune and Jupiter, and one of the things was the Minecraft world, which was just a flat, 30,000 kilometer by 30,000 kilometer, sheet was the Minecraft world. It was like next to Neptune, and kept kind of comparing the scales as you scrolled the page down. The scale got much bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and there's also, I can't think of, sadly, the name of it or the creator, but there's like a famous old video from, I don't know, I think it was like the 60s or whatever, that talks about scale and starts with the man who's like lying down on the ground in the earth, and then like it scales all the way out into like the size of the universe or whatever, and then like goes down inside like the cells of his body down to an atom, and does just kind of orders of magnitude. And yeah, I've seen a number of kind of web animations and different kinds of things that try to help you appreciate the different scale of big and small things in the world and compare them to just, like the large and small numbers. And I actually can't remember if it was on Numberphile or whatever. Like, there's some YouTube channels, for the most part on YouTube. I tend to watch mostly video games and Minecraft, but occasionally I watch some other YouTube channels, and there are some, I like math and numbers and things like that, and so there's a few channels that are kind of devoted to that. And I was just recently watching one on Graham's number, which is an unimaginably large number, and then comparing it to, like if you had all the atoms in the universe, it wouldn't even, approach the size of this and that and the other. And I enjoy those types of mathematical mind benders, if you will. Powers of 10, yes, was the name of the movie. I saw people saying in the chat, so a lot of people said that. Thank you very much. Couldn't think of the name of it. I actually saw it. I actually saw that movie when I was, where was I? I was in Singapore at the museum, and I can't think of the name of the museum that is right next to Marina Sands Bay there. And they had one of the exhibits, they have like a little bit of fixed exhibits, but then they have, over time, changing exhibits at this museum. And one of the exhibits, my memory for names and things is just, I don't know why I'm trying to tell the story when I can't remember this. But in any case, I ended up seeing that movie very recently there at that museum. And so that's why it was kind of fresh in my head.
Make some boats. Let's see. Yeah, for those just joining, perhaps via my tweet, we had a game crash. Probably because I waited too long between shutting down and backing up or whatever. And caused a bunch of problems, the least of which, or the not the least of which, was Wolfie seemed to have disappeared, but we were also worried about whether or not we lost a bunch of chunks along the way, and decided to load from a backup. So we lost about an hour's-ish worth of progress, but we're continuing on. Still continuing on, and it's 4.5 no, wait. What time is it? Yeah, 4.5 hours, right? Until I press F3.
That sounds right. Yes, I believe that would be correct.
Okay. And
with the time zones, like I'm always having to do the math on my own, and I don't know. I got a good night's sleep. I don't know. I should be able to do this. Maybe you're gonna have trouble, but
even without that problem, I have problems with the math. But yeah, until I press F3, and then that means it's 3.5 hours for you to get in your guess, the F3 distance for the contest. If you have not already, obviously one entry per person only. But if you're on Twitch, there's links there to the form and details about the contests where you could, if you guess closest to the actual F3 number, win a $100 certificate to shapeways.com. Get these cool Kerbal Space Program figures, or get your Minecraft skin 3D printed, or any other number of cool projects you can see there. Also games, video games, Minecraft, Farlands or Busts. I'll just randomly pick these. The grand prizes for the closest guess. Randomly pick these, and Brian has donated his Minecon in-game Minecraft cape from Minecon 2013.
Woo!
Woohoo! So yeah, those I'll probably be randomly choosing, and you'll get an email. I'll be pretty tired today, so you'll get an email in the coming weeks.
Weeks is a good word.
Yeah, let's say that. It might be possible if I can arrange things after I press F3. I might be able to announce the winner of that, but I still want to make sure that, again, no duplicates and whatnot, so it's got to be legit. Wolfie agrees.
Glad to have Wolfie along on the journey. I haven't even asked, or I wasn't paying enough attention, obviously, earlier to notice if you were recognizing any of the terrain, or if it seems like at this point you're set off in a slightly new direction.
I think I did go right, or, what is that, north? No, yeah, north a little bit. And I can't remember, I don't think we came across anything too memorable or epic in that hour that we lost to remember.
Yeah, I don't remember anything that you were kind of calling out in terms of the terrain or whatnot. So
yeah. So I think generic Minecraft forest is pretty forgettable as we pass through here. So not yet.
All right. I have another question from a donator that I'm actually interested in the answer to this question. I don't recall if you've answered it before or not. Someone named Pigpen, who donated during the stream, asked, "You're into racing and car culture. Have you ever participated in a real motor race, like go-karting or anything?"
Well, I mean, I don't think as far as an actual race, I've done the kind of, I don't even know what to call them, like places that have batting cages and, kind of sports areas, putt-putt golf even, will sometimes have, the go-kart tracks. I don't think that's official racing or anything. That's just kind of an amusement park ride almost. But no, I've never done. That's something I would like to do. And I was actually looking at, there are some just amateur clubs, like there's an astronomy club. There are like rally clubs who will have track days, or, even just they'll block out put a bunch of cones around a parking lot and make a course. Mm-hmm. And, people just bring their, people might have actual racing, cars that they've tuned up or whatever. Whoa, that's a giant pit I almost fell into. Or they'll, just bring their daily driver and drive that around just to have fun. So that seems like something I would like to do at some point. But no, I've never, at least competitively, raced cars. I did do the the Richard Petty driving experience at Chicagoland Speedway, where they put you in a NASCAR car, and I did the ride along, where I basically got in the passenger seat. They don't normally have passenger seats, but an actual driver drove us around. That was pretty amazing. And yeah, I know I started a NASCAR series recently, and it's a very polarized sport. So it's driving in circles, and you get all those comments and things like that, but when you're in one of those cars that have 750 horsepower and driving at 170 miles an hour around a track where like the banking is like a steep hill, that it's pretty crazy. the forces at hand that push you against the back of the seat and stuff like that. So but yeah, that's as close as a real race car, not that I was even driving it, that I could say I've gotten.
Right. Indeed. Yeah, I've actually got a good friend who owns a Porsche, and yeah, there's like a local club around here or whatever that does the same kind of thing, where there's like a track on some private property where they like set up the cones and you can like drive around the track, and they even have some professional drivers that you can get to, drive your car and show off, just exactly what your car can do while you're a passenger, and then you can swap positions, and then like he gets to drive his own car and have the professional driver like giving him advice or whatever. And so I personally have not been someone who is so into, the need for speed. I like roller coasters at like an amusement park or whatever, but that's about the extent of it in terms of driving. I drive a Prius and I drive slow in the fast lane, and I'm not a kind of crazy driver person, but yeah, I definitely have a good friend who's into that kind of stuff. And yeah, there's a whole lot that people do with, there's a lot of car enthusiasts out there. And even though I'm not one of them, I've still enjoyed some of the driving and racing games that you've played on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I try to keep it the fun type of racing, because there are the games that are very simulator, and it's hard to both commentate on those and both also to make it entertaining when you're sitting there worrying about, well, I have to see what pressure I have in this tire just to make sure that this does this and this turn. It's kind of...
Definitely some games lend themselves more to YouTube commentary than others.
Right. And in the case of this latest NASCAR game, even if it's a bad game, it could be entertaining simply because it's a pretty bad game.
Indeed.
A
lot of people seem to don't like Prius. I mentioned I'm a Prius driver and getting some hate in the chat. Chads, why you hate? Why you no love?
I rode in the Prius.
That's right.
And aside from, I had no problem.
I managed to not kill us all.
Yeah, I had no problem with the Prius. It was the fact that your music was what was it when I first? It was the what was the name of that video game?
Was it Chrono Cross?
No, it was Katamari.
Oh, Katamari Damacy, right.
Yeah, and I was like, how can you drive with this music and not have the urge to run everybody over? I just would want to go like 100 miles an hour and just be like slamming off the side of guardrails.
Yeah, and like like CD, DVD player in my car or whatever. Like I just have video game music. Like I have some, it's mostly like 80s and 90s like pop music that I listen to occasionally. I'm not a big music listener, but I really like video game music, and so it's actually the same friend of mine who drives the Porsche at the racetrack. He's actually a music major in college, and so he's really into music. And so he has suggested a bunch of music to me and kind of knows my music tastes and put together like a nice CD, DVD, disc or whatever of like video game music that I like. And so I've got that in my car. And it is good stuff. I actually, when I was playing Rogue Legacy on the stream last night, and one of the things when you're going around the Rogue Legacy world is you'll occasionally enter a room with a jukebox, and you can change the music. Like there's in different areas of the game, there's different kind of background music, but with the jukebox, you can change to any of the music in the game. And my favorite music is actually kind of like the title music that plays during the initial intro of the game and then again in the end credits. And I didn't realize until last night that it was available from the jukebox. And so I was listening to that music. I think it's called Whale Shark is like the title of that track in Rogue Legacy that I really love. And so now that I know that's there, I'm going to enjoy the game even more. But yeah, good music can really bring a whole lot to video games, and so I appreciate music in video games. I think a lot more than just kind of, I don't know, pop music in real life kind of stuff, because I think it really has a chance to enhance the experience. Someone in the chat saying, Brian, you mentioning Chrono Cross is making me want to play it again. It does have a fantastic soundtrack. I've actually never played the game. I played a little bit of Chrono Trigger, kind of like the earlier one. Someone was asking in the chat a while ago about me for like PC games versus console games. The last console that I owned was a Nintendo Entertainment System, the original NES, back when I was a kid. And before that, and I had an Atari 2600. But yeah, I'm not really a console gamer. It's all been PC. And so some of the stuff that I've played from back those eras was just kind of like PCs on emulators and different things. And so that's how I played a little bit of Chrono Trigger. But yeah, a lot of the games and even like the video game music that I like are from games that I've never actually played. And there's a lot of console titles that I've never actually played. So, how's Minecraft going?
It's going smoothly. None of the jitteriness that we had and freezing.
That is good.
That we had. Although, ironically, we're in a snow biome, so there is some freezing, but not of that.
Ha ha ha! What you did there, I see it.
Woof.
That is a good thing that I think I've actually like picked up from you in terms of going back to like bits of speech or whatever. Like doing the little Yoda kind of like reversing the words. Like it's usually, I see what you did there. And you would say, you know, what you did there, I see it. Yeah, it's something I picked up from you, and I like that.
Yeah, it's one of those, I don't know, it's almost, I probably did it as a mistake early on, and it was funny, so I kind of keep doing it. Or perhaps I just have a speech impediment, but... or a speech impediment. Perhaps I have one.
4 hours of sleep, people. Give
it a break. Yeah, woo. Thanks for reminding me. I'm feeling a little bit better now that I see the clock ticking. The early goings were a little bit tough, but actually I do want to, since I'm like looking at the clock, not running out of time, but running down time. Let me see. I mean, normally by the end of the live stream, like everybody's in a Skype call and it's just madness. So let me see.
You have some other people available.
We can add here. Yuppers.
Who will it be? I have an idea.
Yeah, you can see who it is.
People?
Hello? Whoop. Do I have either of you?
Hello?
Okay, I have you, Brian. We cannot hear...
It looks like someone is there, but...
We cannot hear him. Oh, there's a problem. Connecting.
Or her.
Or her, yeah, it could be.
People guessing. Oh, it looks like it's trying to reconnect.
You killed my Skype.
Ah, I have that effect on both Minecraft and Skype now. How's it going, MC Gamer?
Pretty well. How are you?
I am doing good. I am alive.
We can confirm that now?
Yes, we can confirm that. Confirmed.
Excellent.
You heard it here first from Super MC Gamer. Kurt is live.
So how's it going for you on this Saturday?
Oh, pretty well. I was just editing a video and I was tuned in. I see some excellent Farlands of Buses going on, though. I was watching that most of the time.
Yes. We had a little hiccup, so I don't know if excellent is the rating I would give it just yet, but yeah, Farlands are busting away, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this is the second go over on this route, so maybe you can get to see some new things.
Well, that was something I was actually sorry. I know Brian, you always, because you are an avid MindCrack fan, you always tend to do like an episode of your series of like a UHC thoughts on the latest season. And even though the season isn't over, still have to stay tuned. So no spoilers, obviously.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things that I had tried to ask you on Skype yesterday was kind of like how much spoilers or not is appropriate if UHC comes up as a topic of discussion since it is still ongoing.
True. I think people have expressed that they still haven't seen yesterday's episodes, but I feel like in what we've been talking about with Doc and you and Michael, my teammate in the last UHC, probably a little bit apparent, but there is still yet to be episodes.
Right, and then the other problem is I don't
go.
remember exactly what episodes various things happened with our other Skype guest now, and so I'm a little bit tentative about. I don't remember what was in the last episode versus
two
the previous.
episodes ago.
It was
Yeah,
two
it was
episodes
two
ago.
episodes
Okay.
ago.
So we
I
can
think
freely
it's okay.
talk about how I died because I didn't realize Flint and Steel didn't work on snow, and I started spazzing out, and people got really angry with me. They were like, "You are the worst PvPer
It is
ever."
so tough after you've been doing it for 2 or 3 hours, and especially with the extra tension of being silent and trying to stalk those guys.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because like 2 days before that episode came out, there was a Reddit thread, and there was a whole discussion was like, MC is the most underrated PvPer. He is up there with Pause, and then that episode comes out, and I instantly go from being up there with Pause, the most underrated PvPer, to the worst PvPer ever. Because I spaz out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not working. How do I fix this? I think I have some distance between them, so I go to heal up before like
And
clear
as
my
you're
mind,
eating the apple.
yeah, then I'm dead. So it was just like, well, that was just a unfortunate turn of events. But
I was very sad. I was watching, you and Nebrus's perspective on my 2 monitors, and it was an unfortunate.
monitors.
That's right. Count them 2. 1, 2.
This drives
Right now
a
I've got
Prius
Skype
and
on the
has
left
2
monitor.
monitors.
I got FLoB-ATHON on the right monitor. Incredible.
Yeah,
But yeah, it definitely. The mumble thing I saw, speaking of the Reddit threads, like people go kind of back and forth. It definitely, I think it both added and took away in terms of like having the mumble and the distance kind of talk, because on the one hand, it definitely added, I think especially around like episode 3, when there was various stalking going on with Zisto and Vex going after, I guess I won't even say who they were going after in case people are way behind, but they ended up with a video that was almost entirely silent, but still gripping video to be watching. And so aspects like that were interesting, but then there were also portions where people were not talking nearly as much because they were trying to be quiet to avoid other people hearing them. And so it was kind of a trade-off in terms of what people thought of the plugin in terms of how it affected the commentary.
Well, the thing is, I was like really wanting to like. I know Nebrus wanted me to stay silent. Like there was some early portions where he was like, it's like, be quiet, MC. I'm like, okay, I'll be quiet. But even during those ending portions, I'm like, you know what, Nebrus, I just want to talk. Like let's just say screw it. If we get attacked earlier, then whatever. I was like, I'm communicating via letters. I'm like pounding the ground, like trying to dictate to him. I'm like pound here, like, come here, and he's just like walking around.
Right.
I just wanted to like yell at him. I'm like, let's go.
I kind of wanted to commend you guys because I thought the idea of just having like the letters in the chat, like the M for the meetup and different things, like it was very simple and straightforward, but it puts you kind of a step ahead in terms of like the teamwork that you guys could do silently compared to a number of the other teams. I won't say which. So that part I thought was really cool.
We had hand signals. Block for go back and swing forward to go forward.
That's true. I forgot about that.
We didn't have a hand signal for look, I see a name tag. Look down there. I see a name tag.
That's probably the most important one. It's I see a person. And we had P, and I kind of should have been a little bit better about using the code, because when I saw Pause and Arcus, I immediately started spamming the letter P into the chat rather than just saying it once, and I think that was just my nerves getting the better of me. And I'm like, well, that's kind of giving away what our code actually means. But I don't know if anybody.
I guess the fact that the code was in the chat, like other people had codes with hand signals, but you had to be looking at your teammate or your partner in order to actually interpret them. Like the episode I was mentioning before with Vex and Zisto. Zisto keeps trying to show Vex that he has a lava bucket, and it's so funny because every time he pulls out the lava bucket, Vex is just turned away, and so he has to like try 10 times to show him that he has this weapon ready to go. And so I thought using the chat in that way was a clever thing to do.
It was an interesting experience, and I loved the entire end fight that we had. Like, where me and Nebris are dead silent, and we just hear BTC chatting about ravines below us somewhere, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, BTC! Do you realize what sort of danger you are in right now?" It was such an interesting experience. I liked that UHC. I think if we do it again and we're inside singles, I'm just gonna go full ham and just walk around, talk, just.
Yeah.
Somebody just be like, "Oh, hello, how are you?"
Well, it would, yeah, I mean, I was watching even you and Nebris before even coming into contact with anybody had some of the more action-packed kind of just a two-man team episodes when you were trying to take on that impossible cave that just kept throwing witches and skeletons and creepers were exploding in your faces, and that was just like a really funny as far as like commentary was concerned.
Yeah, me and Nebris have like done different collaborations in the past, so I think that gave us a little edge when it came to commentary. And it even though at points it sounded like we were angry with each other, like everybody's like, "MC, you should listen to Nebris and go get enchantments," which, if you notice, I did like after his first time saying it. But anyways, it was pretty fun just because it was just interesting to see like how we could get very angry with each other, but we both knew that we were like in jest, and it was all for fun.
Yeah, you two definitely have a lot of history and a good chemistry. I guess, yeah, you guys have done Cobble Haters together and other things, and so I was happy to see that particular pairing and think that it worked out well. And I think you guys are probably the perspective that I watched the most because I haven't had time to watch all the perspectives, but that was super
Sorry
fun.
we died.
For everybody in the chat who's saying I'm going the wrong way, I'm traversing around that.
Yeah,
there's a cliff, and I'm very impressed with how Wolfie. I placed down some water for Wolfie, and that's exactly where he jumps.
Yeah, I saw that, and yeah, I could tell that you were going the wrong way intentionally in order to get around that big piece of land. I've come to know your navigational technique. But nicely done, sir.
Thank you very much. I suppose this is as good a place as any to make a elevated hidey hole. But yeah, that was kind of funny what just happened there. I like looked up and Wolfie looked down at me, and I'm like, "Don't jump, don't do it."
Oh, there you go. Now you got your water bucket all filled back up.
Yeah, there's plenty of water. I don't really bother picking it back up again.
That's a fair point. Oh, and you have 2 water buckets. I have not taken note of that.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't. It's one of those things I picked up and kept, and now it's kind of stuck in my inventory. Much
well,
like
what
the
you
clock.
could do is get rid of one of the water buckets and replace it with a pumpkin.
I don't know. I've heard about those pumpkins.
And it might be a few seconds too late, but if anyone tries to donate, I think $5.78, it might give us to 175-77777. Just looking again at the way that the donations are creeping up, and they continue to come in. And so thanks everybody, as always, for donations to Child's Play Charity.
Indeed, as always. Ow.
Well, from my experience with our friends at all sorts of different charities and the audience, once you ask them to donate a specific donation amount, everybody is going to donate that specific donation amount, and we are not going to see our favorite number.
Yeah.
I ruined it. Someone might have been right about to do it before I said it, and now I've gone and ruined it.
Although, on the plus side, that is a good way to raise $100 by telling, like, everybody in chat, donate $5, and suddenly you have $100. It's like, oh, congratulations, Child's Play, you won.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Indeed. Yep. It's like a virus.
I remember with you and Zisto when you were Team Single Malt Scotch UHC and the Indeeds.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah. This looks like it might be a spawner I'm looking at here, but I don't see any exposed cobblestone, so...
I'm glad you made that rule.
Yeah.
Just to make it easier to decide.
Yeah, my recent rule is, you know, if I could hear a bunch of zombies and say, yeah, it's probably a spawner, but I'm not going to spend a bunch of time digging around, so... Think of all those golden apples I'm passing up, everybody.
Kinkajou in the chat says, MC is the master of charities. I never thought about that as an abbreviation for MC. Very nice.
Indeed. Oh, wow. Hey, look at that.
Just revise your business card and...
MC doesn't stand for anything. Although I have to commend you, Kurt, because you have stuck with the Far Lands or Bust logo since its inception. Oh, good words. Since its inception.
Wow.
And I have a tough time with that. I have a very tough time with keeping the same logo. I think we are on the sixth incarnation of the MC Gamer logo as of last week.
Yeah, it might be more due to laziness on my part. I have thought about, I mean, when the whole new YouTube layouts came out, I was considering a, like, I don't know what you want to call it, brand.
Rebranding.
Rebranding, yes, thank you. But I just instead decided to copy and paste what I had, and plus I already have all these T-shirts and other merchandise that I would have to replace if I changed the logo. So it's part laziness. I'm not sure, again, considering my laziness, if for season 5 of Far Lands or Bust, if I want to mix something up. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of mixing up maybe my channel artwork so that it includes more of the other games and stuff that I play, and not just
because right now the KurtJMac channel is branded as Far Lands or Bust, as far as I'm right?
Yeah, that's like the name of the channel. Which is good for the searches, I suppose. I don't know what else I would call it, because I don't go around saying I'm
gaming channel. Awesome sauce.
KurtJMac channel. Oh. But so yeah, it comes down to indecision, I think. I should update the logo. Maybe not.
Well, I mean, there's also I guess we can also kind of tie this into Doctor Who in a way, is one thing that people really like about the show is how it changes over time, like the different logos, the different themes, the different sonic screwdrivers, doctors, companions, all those things change, and how the show is run and how it's done over time. And that's what a lot of people really like about it. You see all those YouTube montages, like every Doctor regeneration, sonic screwdriver montage, all those things. And I think that's really cool. And I think I have a problem with wanting to be like, oh, look at all the incarnations of the different things that we've done over time. And I think I would do well if the YouTube thing ever stopped working out. I would do well as some sort of, I don't think this is a job, but online brand manager. Maybe that sounds like a job.
It's a job. Yeah, this is definitely
I would love to be that guy who creates logos for people, because I love making all the things around the content, and I would love to do that for a bunch of different people, so that I have to make different logos every day, But I like YouTube as well, because I like to play video games and talk over them.
That is the main requirement for YouTube gaming. Yeah, I was about to say something I forgot. Oh yeah, you talked about doctors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As in the Doctor, my skin. That's also something that as Minecraft YouTubers, we kind of get, I don't want to say stuck, but it tends to be, you're kind of once you get enough followers and they associate you with the skin, regardless of whether or not it's a unique skin, is kind of something that you get associated with a lot. And I actually, I started my series as the 11th Doctor, in the 11th Doctor's skin. But then, early on, I switched to the 10th Doctor.
You degenerated.
Yes, I degenerated. And I was actually, and even I was considering, maybe, just like I was considering turning this into a texture pack review series. I could switch throughout all the Doctor, because there's skins for each Doctor.
Right.
But it kind of just got stuck, and now for copyright reasons, I'm more just a guy in a suit with Chuck Taylors and 3D glasses on, as opposed to it really being associated with David Tennant's Doctor Who.
Right.
But, I mean, even I think Beef, if you look at his first videos, he was actually the Stig from Top Gear before he went to his current bearded butcher guy. So yeah,
Zisto, I think, started out as the Flash, and then had gotten a Metroid suit costume that went over his zombie pig madness, if I recall, back in the day, if you go back 3 years.
Yeah, when he was using that texture pack.
With the Transformer armor.
Yeah, the Transformer
as well.
armor is what it was, yeah.
Well, I mean, I've actually had the Giovanni Pokemon villain skin. That was made custom for me because I was like, oh, I like villain stuff. I had that for my first series I ever did on YouTube, MC versus MC. But before that, I actually did have Ganondorf costume from Zelda, and I also was Link for a short time. But I started the series with the Giovanni skin. I started with a Giovanni theme song, and it really didn't mean anything for those couple of years. But now I'm doing a Pixelmon series, and I actually get to play the role of the skin I have, and people have been really loving that. So I'm like, cool, it's all coming full circle. Just 3 years later. Has it been 3 years? Oh God! Wow.
Well, now wait.
That's what. Yeah, Kurt and I were just talking about our 3-year anniversary.
Yeah,
so we're both right around
on YouTube.
Right.
I was gonna ask.
Sometimes I don't realize the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Oh man, what was your skin? Because you changed to the minor skin.
Before that, I just had a Steve. And
yeah,
so
okay. I didn't think it was anything.
Skin, and actually, we're talking about the KGBs a little while ago, but Gleason and I actually tried to play one of the early Vex maps, and just recorded for an hour or two, and I hadn't played any of those maps before or whatever, and it didn't go very well, and so it was something that never aired. But when we were first trying to play that map, he was like, hey, you don't have a custom skin, you should totally get a custom skin if we're going to be playing in multiplayer. And I was like, I don't know that I need a skin, blah, blah, blah. And so fortunately we were talking, we also had an extended portion where we were talking about fan art and all the artists that are available in the community, and so the skin that I got is a skin indeed that a fan had made for me. And after that person made it, like, I'd asked for a few little customizations because I spend so much time underground as a miner or whatever, and so I ended up having them add the kind of like coal dust that's kind of like smeared on my face in a couple places in the outfit or whatever, because I spend so much time down in the mines. But yeah, like you said, like once you wear the skin for a while and people see in it, it just becomes your brand identity. And so even if you want to change it, it's kind of hard to go and change things then, because it's become part of your brand.
Especially because Six Alone likes to draw awesome pictures of it, and then you're like, I can't change it now. It's too cute. The art is too cute. I can't switch now.
Yeah, it's on a T-shirt. I can't possibly.
There's no way to make another T-shirt. Impossible.
Oh, what the heck? Wolfie, over here. There we go.
Do I see you digging in for a backup?
I'm digging in. I see a lot of people freaking out about making a backup, and that is a good time. And I was going to pose a proposition to you in the call there. I'm at this point, before it gets too late.
Oh, that would be my phone.
Whoa.
I did not mute it. Sorry about that. Hello. Hey, I'll mute that now.
Murdered a guy.
It's okay. It's all right. Just a speedrunner quote. It's all right. We'll keep going.
I was going
Tell
to...
me about this proposition.
Yeah, the proposition. I was going to make myself an actual meal of lunchy proportions, and eat that.
Single carrot?
Yeah, not just a single carrot, and eat that. And I was wondering, either I could go back to the music and the slideshow of repetitiveness, or I could, if you guys are able to stay in the Skype, I could find somebody else to add, and you can do you can entertain the crowd and do a little podcast type of wait for Kurt to stop chewing his food thing.
I'm happy to stick around and try to entertain.
Okay. MC?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I'm just still laughing at the... I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry for scaring you.
All right, so I think that's a plan. I will sleep here before things get jittery and freezy again. And I will leave MC Gamer, Brian Lorgon 111, or who we've had in the call for the last while here to entertain. I mean, I don't know, maybe you could pick out some of those questions. Or maybe, hey, you can keep donating to Child's Play charity and give... Well, no, wait, they don't have access to the questions. Never mind. I'm sorry, that was the problem to begin with.
Right. I still have a couple of like the older questions here, but yeah, we can find other things to talk about as well.
Yeah,
so.
and you can still donate, and I'll be refreshing the list of donations, and maybe if you do have a MC Gamer or Lorgon 111 specific question, we can get to those as well with your donation. But yeah, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to eat really quick, and I will be right back.
Sleep in Minecraft, eat in real life.
Yeah. I know.
And-
That's what I first thought of. Oh, he's just gonna go take a nap. Oh wait, sleep in Minecraft.
Minecraft, yes.
I was like, man, okay, all right.
Stick around
these
for longer than I
clarifications
want
can
to.
be important to the viewing audience.
See you in an hour and a half.
Indeed,
All right.
snoring noises. And I failed at the bloop noise. There we go.
There you go.
All right, let me exit out. Save and quit.
All right, so Kurt will get the backups going. We'll get his lunch on, and MC and I will try indeed to keep you guys entertained. And yes, I saw Morgwin saying "om nom nom" about Kurt gonna have some lunch.
Indeed, I will be right back. All right, thanks.
Yep. To quickly touch on the skin thing, I was going to say one last thing. I have only had I've had a couple skin revisions. I've had two. I had my original Giovanni skin, and then there was a point where I was like, "Yo, Silver, who made my skin? You need to make this skin more orange, vibrant orange. We created the color of orange for this." And so the suit was made more orange. My face got more contrast. And then the second revision I did myself, which is I removed my shoes to celebrate the orange wool no shoes policy.
Orange wool.
Correct. Yes. Yes. And
Yeah, I haven't done a
who's the
skin
other guy
revision
other than
yet.
MC? Oh, hey, you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yes. Once again, I am Brian, Dr. Brian Lorgon111. You can find me at Lorgon111 on the YouTubes and on Twitter. Been friends with Kurt since very early in his expedition. And yeah, here with MC Gamer, who I'm sure you guys know.
Nope.
And
I don't know me. Who am I?
yeah, and I was starting to say, I haven't done actually a revision to my skin since someone had made it for me at the beginning. And now that they, I guess with the, I don't remember if it's 1.8 or if they even already have updated it with 1.7 with kind of like the skin revision where you can do like more layers now. I might actually consider doing a skin revision because it's actually the case that people have pointed out to me kind of after the fact that in my Minecraft skin, like there's a few like bad pixels or stray pixels or empty pixels, like, I don't know, under one of my arms or something. And so in multiplayer, if you see me just right, like you can see like a hole in my skin or something ridiculous. So
Well,
maybe it's something
there
I'll have
was-
to update the skin.
A long time ago, there was the they changed how skins work, and like one of the textures that they modified was the under head portion, and so many people, because they had like their hair going down like the back of their head, you know,
right.
it got switched around, and everybody got neck beards. And I remember pointing it out to people, and there's still people out there. Maybe it's you who have a neck beard and you don't even know. So next time you're in Minecraft, you might want to gather a pal, get onto a server, and check to see if you need to shave.
Indeed. Yeah, there's a number of things that are hard to see if you're not in multiplayer, even with the F5 camera now or whatever, the fact that you can kind of move around a bit, it's still kind of hard to see under your head especially, and a number of other things. And yeah, we were talking earlier with the new kind of like spectator mode where you can kind of like spectate in the snapshots and like see things from other people's point of view. Could be a fun way to kind of do some of that. I haven't tried going into multiplayer and seeing if you, I guess this, if you're spectating, I don't know if you can see the spectators. I was going to say, I don't know if you could click on someone else's view and then be able to look back up at yourself in spectator mode or not. But that might make some new ways that you can see your own skin. I don't know. I'm just babbling.
No, you're very correct. I was just deep in thought reading the chat here, seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
she had a neck beard for a while. Oh, who'd you see?
Did you hear? Did you hear about that whole Twitch Plays Pokemon thing and how we beat Pokemon?
I heard about it. So Pokemon is one of the games that I've never played because, unlike you, I'm an old man, and it was way after my time or whatever. But I am aware of the phenomenon. And so tell me if I have this right. So my understanding is basically they're using the Twitch chat. And so people could say kind of like what plays, what commands they wanted to do in the game. And then there was some bot that would read them all and like vote and see what the next play was going to be kind of thing. I don't know. You'll explain it better than me since you actually know what's going on.
So you can say inside the chat, like the basic button inputs, they disabled select because that's how you could quit the game, and they don't want to have the chat quitting the game. But yeah, the A, B, start, up, down, left, right. And so what you're able to do is say inside the chat just up, and that input will be fed into the emulator of them playing the game. A lot of times, though, those inputs don't actually mean anything because they're either going so fast or there's, the game doesn't actually need those inputs that fast. Sometimes, like, if you're walking, it has, it takes a little bit of time for your character to go from one square to the other. So all the inputs that go in during that, they don't really matter. It's not like they're all, like, buffered in, so to speak.
Right. Gotcha.
And there's two modes. It started out with what is now known as anarchy, where everybody can put in their inputs, and they're all going in. They're all going to the emulator no matter what. But then we got to a point where we were starting to encounter puzzles that were too hard, and so they initiated a democracy mode where all the inputs will go in, and over a 20-second period, and whichever one has the most votes, that input is put in. It's much slower, but it's more successful. But a lot of people didn't like it. So what they decided to do is have a slider so you could say in the chat, anarchy or democracy. And it required quite a bit of democracy votes to actually switch into that mode. Like, it's only supposed to be used for, the really tough portions. You should be inside anarchy. And so it was quite good. But it ended up after 16 days. 16 days, we beat Pokemon, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty amazing. And yeah, it was definitely an internet phenomenon. I know just by virtue of the fact that I heard about it and knew something about it, even though I'm kind of completely outside of that realm. So yeah, that was a big deal. That was an exciting thing. And I guess it was basically just like some random guy who originally made the bot and somehow it got popular kind of thing.
Well, yeah, he lives in Australia. That's all we know about him. And he is like revealed nothing about himself. He's not doing it for fame. He doesn't like, I don't know if he has pre-roll ads on the video, but I know he has a subscriber button, so you can give money to him a month. But the big thing is he doesn't like play ads during the actual thing, so it's very interesting.
Gotcha. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm going to take. I hate to do this to you.
Okay.
But I have to be right back now for like 90 seconds. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh no, we've lost MC Gamer. You guys are stuck with just me, Brian Lorgon 111. And yeah, so fortunately, with the two of them gone for the moment, I actually took a minute when Kurt and MC were talking a minute earlier to mute my microphone and finish my apple that I'd started before. And so I'm in good shape in terms of food and drink, and I got my water here, so I don't have to worry about having to run off myself for a little bit yet. But hopefully Kurt is getting some good noms as well. And I see someone say, it's Joe Beanie, who I think actually was in one of my streams the other day. So how's it going, Brian? It's going pretty well. As I mentioned at the beginning of joining the stream, I got the best night's sleep last night that I've had since I got back from my trip. And that feels very refreshing. And I was also just talking to a friend of mine. I live in the Seattle area. And being on the West Coast is nice in terms of weather. You've got the Pacific Ocean right there that really kind of buffers the weather, but it's still the case that in the wintertime, there's not a whole lot of sunlight. It can get a little bit depressing, pretty rainy, all that kind of stuff going on. But we had a nice sunny day yesterday, and it's definitely the case that the days are getting longer, and that does so much to improve my mood. I'm definitely a happier person when I'm around sunlight than when I am not. And so it's going well for me in terms of that, in terms of we're getting later in the year, the weather's warming, the sun's coming out more. These are all happy things. Someone asked me if I've ever beaten Spelunky. No, if you've been checking out the Spelunky series on my channel, I did actually get to Yama, and so I got to the final boss, but didn't manage to beat him. But give me time, because I continue to improve at that game. Someone asked me what is my Twitch channel, and I will just say hello in the chat, but unlike my Twitter and YouTube, which are Lorgon111, on Twitch I am just Lorgon, without the 111, and so you can find me on Twitch there as well. And I don't do a ton of streaming, but I've just started up again recently and kind of gotten all of my software set up. And so there may be some more of that in the future for Minecraft or Rogue Legacy or Spelunky or perhaps even other games in the future. You never know.
Did someone say a ton of streaming?
I think MC Gamer knows a bit about that.
Oh, I've been doing a lot of streaming as of late. Like, there have been days where I've been doing 3 streams a day. And
wow.
I mean, this is all separate course from Zellathon. This is just my personal channel stuff. But basically, I was doing, either a speedrun stream, a Minecraft stream, or a casual gameplay stream. Like that was just one of the streams. Then I'd be doing a Super Smash Bros. Stream with my roommate. And then finally, I'd be doing a piano stream I'm learning to play the piano on stream, which is pretty fun.
Wow, that actually sounds kind of interesting. I had not seen that one.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I haven't actually thought about doing anything with kind of like real life video and streaming. Like I do occasional, I don't know, I've only got like 20 of kind of like videos of me in real life where I do just kind of vlog kind of updates or whatever. But I've never done like I've never even I have a little webcam that's kind of crummy, but it's good enough that I could use it related to streaming, but never tried to do an actual activity like learning to play the piano on camera. Could actually be a lot of fun.
Well, and the way I tie it into Twitch, because they do have a pretty strict policy on wanting
Oh,
it to be
gaming,
gaming
right?
content.
Right?
I do. I'm making it more about just learning to play piano entirely on stream, like not trying to do much practice off stream. But
Right. It's
basically
gaming
what I
music.
do, well, not only is it gaming music, but I'm learning to play using the game Synthesia, which is a piano learning game.
Oh, I
So
see. Very
I plug
good.
my piano into my laptop, and it basically will scroll all the notes down for me to like play. And I've started out really like rough, and it was really bad. But
Hmm.
I'm 9 days in, and it was really good. So we're starting to get somewhere. But the
That's really
problem
awesome.
is my laptop, which I use for the stream for playing the game on, it took quite an unfortunate tumble the other night, and now I have to send in for repair because the screen is completely busted.
Ooh, yuck. All
Twitch
right.
plays piano.
That would be really hard to do without real time. That would be even worse than a puzzle game in Pokemon, I bet.
Oh,
Oh
I'd
my
like to
goodness.
touch on this question. Um, from MindLaugh, MC Gamer, who needs YouTube when you have Twitch? Well, here's the thing. I love YouTube because before I went into like doing any sort of online content in terms of gaming, I was doing a whole bunch of real life videos and sketch comedy and stuff like that with my friends. It was pretty bad because, of course, we were like freshmen inside high school, that type of era. So it was pretty bad, but it was fun. And I learned a lot about that, and I really love the post-production aspect of making video. Like right now, I'm doing something. I return to those sketches that we used to do. We decided to film one like a return inside over the Christmas break, but it takes so much time, and I love it though. It's so cool to be able to do a post-production type thing because that's one thing you can't really do with live streams.
Right.
With live streams, I mean, I overproduce my live streams to no end. I like having like intros, outros. I'm the XSplit wizard. I got the chroma keys. I got the volume knobs. I got the hotkeys on my keyboard so I can switch scenes and it's all cool. I love doing the live production aspect, but the post production aspect can take it to a whole new level to make sure it's all perfect, and I love
Yep.
doing that. So that's one thing reason I will always pretty much do YouTube. If anything, even if I started to like really take a liking to Twitch and people supported me more on Twitch than YouTube, and I was doing it as my main thing, I would still do YouTube videos. Maybe not at the regularity that I do it now, like one video a day, but I would still do it.
Indeed. Just because I see some people asking in the chat, Kurt was stopping to grab some lunch, and so we have Super MC Gamer and me, Brian Lorgun 111, here to entertain you while Kurt is grabbing a bite. But then Firelands or Bust will be coming back. And yeah, I also I don't think I've gone as deep into the post production as some of you all have. Yeah, Kurt especially does awesome things with the graphics, but I really like the ability to do both that and like multiple takes. Like I've been doing a number of kind of videos with command blocks where I'm just showing off ideas and doing little tutorials and different things.
Hmm.
And the ability to do multiple takes and edit them together and make smooth transitions and plan out exactly what I'm going to say is definitely something that you obviously is kind of like completely different from what you can do on a stream. And so yeah, I totally agree that it's two kind of completely different modes, and so they each scratch a different creative itch in terms of being content producer.
Right, right. I mean, there's two different beasts altogether, but they're both really great. And I do have a soft spot for live streams because of Zeldathon and everything, which I guess I will happily plug right now. Um,
Woohoo!
if you don't know what Zeldathon is, twice a year, me and like 30 of my closest friends from across the world, we all we all gather up until this point in my house, but possibly this summer we may be going to a hotel, like a fancy
Ooh.
venue. Ooh. Um, but anyways, we gather and we live stream us playing Zelda for an extended period of time while raising money for charity. We've raised a ton of money for charity. Not as much as Kurt has, I don't believe, during doing Farlands of Us, but quite a bit of money for various charities because we mixed up. We've raised money for Child's Play though. We've raised quite a bit for Child's Play, but we've done American Red Cross, American Cancer Society, Charity Water. The latest one was for St. Jude Children's Hospital, which we're actually returning to. We're returning to that charity this summer. So,
great.
Yeah, because they're launching a whole new fundraising platform that's all centered around the gaming community. And so they asked Zeldathon to come and help kind of, bring that into the light, and like show people what they're doing. So we were like, by all means, you're a great charity. So we'll definitely support that.
Indeed, that is awesome. And yeah, do you guys know the dates of that yet? Or is it just kind of you're still in the planning stages and just know approximately what month or something during the summer?
Oh, I know when it is. But you guys aren't allowed to know yet. The trailer is in development. The trailer is in development.
Spoilers ahead.
Okay. We got mix-ups for this Zeldathon. We're I'm taking like some of the biggest I have two big shakeups to the Zeldathon formula, and I can't reveal what they are yet. But of course, I have that trailer coming. But we're shaking up the Zeldathon formula inside a big way, and it's gonna be really fun. So
we were talking earlier of NASA being the frontiers of space, and Kurt being on the frontiers of Minecraft with the Farlands, and apparently you were on the frontiers of what you can do with a Zeldathon stream, and so that is awesome.
Indeed. Indeed. Oh, God.
Looking forward to the trailer. And yes, it rubs off. I say indeed, and Kurt says indeed. Now we've got MC saying indeed. Indeed will be the latest infection.
Ooh, that's some interesting fan art I see on screen. That is some good stuff. Well done, Disinfect the Dead. I have not seen that one before. Yeah, I see Kurt inside the chat.
Oh, I just saw that too. And I heard some crunching in the background, which I imagine might have been Kurt. Kurt, if you're not aware, or at least I, am hearing some crunches in the background in case the mic is not muted. I see. No problem.
Ooh. Hey guys, we are hearing Kurt, and he is munching. He is munch.
That's right. We can be the om nom nom cam now at this point, or not really a cam. It's like the game of telephone. Except for it's with crunching sounds. And now, of course, the chat has gone wild with indeed.
Indeed.
And yeah, we still have, after we got to some of the sevens, the Child's Play charity donation is still ending in 777, and we were creeping up on 176,000, which is super awesome. Thanks for all the donations, guys.
Indeed, supporting Child's Play charity is completely awesome because what they do is beyond this, but they do give toys, games, and books and all sorts of technology to hospitals all across the world to help them have more fun while inside hospitals for kids.
That's right.
That was not the best plug. I'm sorry. I'm not.
That's okay. It's not one that you're practiced for lately.
Well, would you like a cool link?
Absolutely. Talking about something.
All right, I'll post in the chat.
All right.
I'll post it inside the chat. Here is a cool link. Here you go.
I'm going to go a little clicky over on my web browser over here. I think is what Kurt would say in response to this.
Well, do you know what this is? It's a cool.
I believe it's a cool link.
You get
That's
it?
a pun.
Yes.
It's Link, and he's cool because he's wearing sunglasses and he's got an earring.
Correct.
And he's bouncing his head to the music that's playing in my head and possibly his head, but I don't know because it's just a GIF image and not actually a video. And so there may or may not be music happening here, and I am in the middle of a sentence that I just can't seem to end. Quiet, Brian.
Indeed. See, people liked it. See, I'm happy with myself right now.
That's right.
I could have started a whole new conversation, but instead I chose to do that, and I think it was a wise move overall. Yes.
Oh dear.
It's linked a link to a cool link. Indeed.
It's an exception.
Please in the chat. People will enjoy that. All right. So what are we at? 175,817.77. So that is a cool donation amount, but you know what would be cooler? a higher donation amount.
Oh dear. And now, yeah, people are going GIF versus GIF in the chat. It's amazing. There's like, a few little things that just give everybody an opportunity that they want to chime in the chat.
Well, both
Um,
are correct, so they should just give up.
that's right. There you go. We all be friends?
Why
Got
can't we
the
be
people who are the
friends?
GIFs and the people who are the GIFs, and I just want to see them all get together and give each other hugs and enjoy a cool link together. Ah. And then if you shorten and get rid of the F, you just end up with gee gee gee. That is in some of the Kurt fan art that I saw scrolling by a bit
Geef.
before.
Geef.
Giggity giggity
Geef.
giggity.
I don't think anybody says geef.
Ah, let's see. I have someone else who's trying to talk to me in my Skype over here as well.
Yeah, everybody always goes to that after I say that. The creator of the GIF says it's pronounced GIF. Well, here's the thing. Just because you invented something doesn't mean you get to have the exact wording of the pronunciation. Things happen over time.
That's right. I think a lot of people have probably heard of Halley's Comet that was discovered by Halley.
Hey, there you go. Excellent, excellent. Yes, good. I like that. Very good. So there you go. Now you know. Then now you know.
Names, yeah, I was gonna say names get changed around all the time.
Both are
Uh,
correct. There shouldn't be any arguments. This is a peaceful environment. This is the Far Lands or Bust FLoB-ATHON on March 1st, 2014, raising money for a Child's Play charity, which you can donate to by clicking the button that is most assuredly on Kurt's page. Indeed. Excellent.
farlandsorbust.com. And yeah, I can't
Or
believe it's
that.
March already.
Is it March? Oh, it's March. Oh boy.
You just said March 1st, 2014, and it's like I feel like
I was
this,
just reading the live stream. I wasn't actually processing the words.
yeah, it's I feel like this year is flying by. Admittedly, I've been out of town and out of the country for a good portion of it already. But I'm finally back at home for a good long stretch in all likelihood. And have
Remind
had
me
a
again
chance
where
to.
you were.
I was telling people in the stream, I went to back at the end of January, beginning of February. I went to on a trip to Asia. I went to Singapore, Vietnam, and Bali, which is in Indonesia, all of which were places that I had never been before. And so that was for about 2.5 weeks. And so that was really fun and exciting.
Well, the
And I
big question
actually,
is, what sort of foods did you have on your trip?
oh, all kinds of amazing, great food. Oh my goodness. In Singapore, there are lots of food stalls, hawker stalls, at lots of different places. They have a Chinatown and a little India, kind of like in the downtown area, where there's all kinds of great restaurants. But down at Chinatown in Singapore, for example, there is a big complex of hawker stalls that's Maxwell's.
Mhm.
And in there is I forget, is it called like Chan Chan chicken rice or whatever? There's a very famous chicken rice place that I went to that has some fabulous chicken rice. And so that was one of the great meals. I didn't get a chance actually to go to. There was a great Bismillah biryani in Little India, but sadly it was closed because I was right in Singapore. I was right there around the time of Chinese New Year, and so there were a lot of places that, as a result of the Lunar New Year, were kind of like closed over. People were away on vacation or celebrating with their family or different kinds of things, and so there were a few places that were closed that I really wanted to go to. And so that was one that I was sad that I missed out on. But yeah, I mean, so much different good Asian food. And I've been talking a little bit about it. It's been like a week since I've done it, but in my Minecraft Let's Play, I've been going through an exploration and tactics and just talking about my trip. And so I talked about Singapore. I still need to talk about Vietnam and Bali in a future episode, just to catch people up with my adventures around the world.
Very
But
cool.
yeah, super awesome. And yeah, definitely the most kind of like crazy, far-flung, long trip traveling that I've done in quite a while. And then
Did
over
you have any
Christmas
good
time.
chicken? Do they eat chicken over there? Quite a bit of chicken, right?
Mhm.
Did you have any good chicken?
So yeah, that chicken rice was definitely good,
Chicken rice, right, right, okay.
right? And it's also amazing, like going around Vietnam, a number of the places that we were kind of like in the Vietnam countryside. It's just amazing to see all the places where people, obviously you think of like rice paddy fields and different kinds of things,
Mhm.
but then there's
Right.
also, yeah, like roosters and chickens and ducks and pigs just kind of like walking around on the side of the street. That are, kind of like, like farm animals or whatever, but they're not even necessarily kind of like penned in and just kind of like walking around or whatever. And so, you know that you're going to get some fresh food as well. I did not eat snake since I saw someone asking that in the chat. That was something that I did not try. I'm guessing Kurt is also not currently eating a snake, although I'm not sure what he is eating for lunch, but he is doing a nom and he will be right back for the people who are
Indeed.
asking in the chat.
Indeed. I'm saying it. I gotta stop. I have a problem. I have a problem.
But yeah, then over Christmas, the other traveling that I did was my mom lives in Florida, and so I was down visiting my mom in Florida around the end of December, beginning of January. So I was back in your time zone for then. Have you done any traveling of late other than to? Obviously, I saw you at MindCon back in October, November. Um,
Well, I did go to Awesome Games Done Quick, which is a speedrunner marathon that was going on January 4th through the 12th. I think it was when I was there, um, and that was a ton of fun. It's a lot different than any sort of FLoB-ATHON or Zeldathon even because it's done at a big hotel and there are like 500 people there that are, we
mhm.
have like huge audiences and it's all about these speed runs that are going on and like they raised over $1 million for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So
Whoa.
that is a marathon right there. And I was very honored to be a part of it and like kind of like see the inner workings of that. It was really inspiring to me like as a runner of a marathon that is it's similar to that, like much on a much smaller scale, but it was very interesting to
Mhm.
see how they have scaled because back in the day they also started very small. So, um, but the speedrunner community has kind of blown up, and it was a ton of fun experience because it wasn't like and don't get me wrong, I had a ton of fun at Minecon. When I went to Minecon, I wasn't really there for the Minecraft as much.
Right.
I was there to see the people, and I had a lot of
Right.
conversations, and I met a lot of people that you were there to either meet me or there just to meet the Minecrafters in general. But when I went to AGDQ, like it was a lot different because I was there playing games.
Hmm.
I played around at Mario Party with one of the guys that is on Speedruns Live. I was having a whole bunch of interesting like interactions and watching games be played, and it was a lot different than Minecon because I was not there for the game. I was there for the people at Minecon at HGQ. I was there. I was there for the people too. I got to meet some of my favorite speedrunners, like that. My phone just yelled and screamed the voice of Cosmo out of it, but I got to meet people like that I was really excited to meet. But we played a lot of games, like because they had like an entire like room like full of CRTs, like just like at least
Hmm.
40
Hmm.
CRTs in one room and 50 CRTs in another. It was just like it was great. It was a ton of fun. And even when you weren't playing games, there was people out in the hallways. We had pianos set up. People brought of course I was there with Jackson Prody who brought his accordion, and there was like all sorts of things just going on. That Magic the Gathering card games were being played off to the side. It was just like a really fun experience, and I was there for like 10 days, and I could have been there longer if I wanted to, but it was just like, okay, this is too much. I have to go back to my broken computer and get it fixed. So I had a ton of fun at AGDQ. And no,
Indeed.
I am not planning on going to SGDQ. I am sorry.
Oh yeah, I saw that question in the chat as well.
Yeah, I
But
don't
that
want
is
to
cool.
go over to the west.
Right? Yeah, you might have said that, but where was that located?
That one was located in Washington, D.C., which
Okay.
isn't too far from me, but it was much
Right.
different because I got to
It's
actually go
still a
and see the
trek.
Capitol.
Did you drive or take a bus down, or how'd you get down there?
What did I do? Oh, I drove with but I rode a bus back, but I
Hmm.
had a ride down with Jackson Prody, who I was talking about, who played the accordion. Um, I got a ride down with him to DC, and I did have my friend Scott there. You know Scott.
Yeah, I know Great
Yeah,
Scott. Yep.
Scott. Yeah, I'm like, who am I kidding? Yeah, Scott was there as well, and he took me on a tour of when before I went home. He showed me around DC, and I got to see the White House. And he was like, "The flag is up. The president is home." And I'm like, "Oh, cool."
And yeah, Scott actually, I think when I originally started streaming, I think he was maybe one of the first like moderators of my chat. Not that my streams are ever that big and I need a moderator, but yeah, you get to know a bunch of people, especially on the streaming or whatever. Like there's definitely a core group of people that a number of people recognize. I see Kinkaju in the chat as well, who I remember back when before, obviously we had Play MindCrack going on now. That's like the big MindCrack kind of open server that people can go and play games. But I don't know, a year or two ago or whenever it was that Good tried to make the other big giant public server or whatever. I remember like meeting Kinkaju on the server or whatever inside Minecraft, and he was giving me some blocks and some tools to get started or whatever. And so definitely as part of the streaming community, I've met a bunch of folks. I forget where I was starting talking with this story. I feel like it's taken a left turn, but there's a bunch of good people.
I like the. I think it's really cool how the community is built up from. I don't want to say it's been built around MindCrack exclusively, but there's been so many different like smaller communities, of course, that have just kind of like we all know each other. Like if you just look in the chat, I see names there that I recognize, and people I've either met in real life or people who come to my streams that I'm like, I know that name. Like I see the guy whose name I can never pronounce, Hakon VIII. I see him in there, and he's always at my streams, but. Now he's here, and it's really cool how we have this community that's been built. That's you want to say it's small, but in reality, there are hundreds of thousands of people inside this community, and it's weird how we know these names. I see Fredran in there. I think I know Fredran. Yeah, Fedran. Yeah.
Yeah, Fedran. Yeah, we were talking earlier. I did a Spelunky duel with Fedran and Jay Sano because all three of us are big Spelunky fans, and Fedran's been playing some UHC. The Godiva server, I think, has like a ladies UHC that's been going on, and so there's definitely plenty of faces and names that I know. Yeah, Fedran was actually at Minecon as well, and so I've had a chance to meet her in real life.
Well, there you go.
Or was it at Minecon? No, it was at PAX. It wasn't at Minecon. It was at PAX Prime last year that I met Fedran. That's right. And yeah, so it's been a great opportunity both through the streaming folks as well as through the YouTube folks to meet all kinds of people with similar interests. And yeah, whether those interests be in terms of the gaming and the play or in terms of getting behind good causes like we're doing for Child's Play Charity here today. And someone pointed out, scrolled by a while ago, but we passed $176,000 at this point. Woohoo! Nice going, everybody. Thank you all for your donations. If you want to donate, you can always go to farlandsorbust.com. And yeah, we're also... When Kurt comes back, we'll ask him how much time there is left. But for those of you who have been longtime followers of Farlands or Bust, this afternoon we will be pressing F3 to find out how far Kurt has traveled in his travels, in his crazy journey to the Farlands. And there is a contest for people to guess the closest number in terms of just the number of meters, the number of distance that he has walked. And so you can find out details of that on the farlandsorbust.com website as well. But there's only a few hours left to get your guesses in for that.
Speaking of which, Kurt should be finished with his food soon, I am estimating. And I'm getting quite excited to see. I'm sure he's probably also taking care of the backup stuff before he comes back. But I'm excited to see us get past that the snowy death point that we encountered, the pumpkins
That's right.
of death.
We'll all feel better once we're past that point. For anyone who is relatively new to the stream, as often happens with FLoB-ATHON, we had a little bit of drama. We had a little bit of a scare with a Minecraft crash that ended up having to get things restored from a backup and lose about an hour of progress that we had in the stream from earlier today. But the backup was restored. Kurt has been continuing on, and probably very soon after Kurt gets back, we'll kind of pass the point where we encountered the problem before, and hopefully we won't have the problem again. And yeah, someone saying, sounds like a late lunch for Kurt. Well, I'm imagining that Kurt didn't have a lot of time to eat lunch since he had to get up so early for a 12-hour live stream.
I know, right?
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, oh God.
My estimation was correct, I feel.
Indeed.
Yes.
I had lunch. I'm all set to go the distance now. Well, there might be like another break in there, I'm sure. But thank you guys very much, first of all, for handling this unruly crowd watching the FLoB-ATHON. I have
This
been...
unruly crowd. You mean the one that we made them press buttons inside the chat when we talked about Twitch plays Pokemon? That was fun. Ooh, we accidentally made spam in your chat. I apologize.
That is quite all right.
Yep, I got a little bit of caca spam after that. I was trying to find a moment earlier, like when you and MC were both talking and I was quiet in the background or whatever, to just get far enough that people would forget about me and then come back with that in the background. Good times. So, how was lunch?
Lunch was good. It was hastily produced and eaten. I'm a slow eater, I think. So it was just sandwich. It was a proper lunch sandwich on gluten-free bread, of course.
Hooray! That's good.
So yeah, had that going for me. I'm looking through the donations. What are we at? $176,042.34.
Yes, we are.
Thank you, everybody who keeps donating. I swear I found a question, but now I forgot it.
Oh.
Aw.
That almost sounded like it was going to be the introduction to Minecraft news.
I forgot in the last episode to put the little screen.
Oh, the little spinning logo.
Yeah, I forgot that.
I didn't say that. I realized that wasn't there as well. I didn't notice it during the episode.
But I forgot the intro. I was trying to get it out.
You were busy. You had a 12-hour live stream to plan for, so it's forgiven.
Somebody donated $11.10 and says, "Hi, Brian," from Megan. Megan says, "Hi, Brian."
That is awesome. Thank you so much for your donation and for the 111 call out. And yeah, we continue to hover at about 4,600 viewers, which is super great.
Very good. I think I got super excited when we broke 1,000 viewers in the first FLoB-ATHON, so things always going up. I believe Good and we were talking about Sevidus earlier tweeted out FLoB-ATHON, so hello to whomever came from those tweets and plugs. I appreciate that. And of course we will be having, yes, hashtag FLoB-ATHON. Nah. We will be having additional people on the line shortly here. Let me try something here.
Uh-oh.
Stand back. Hold my beer.
Kurt is trying things. Science. Pressing buttons at the master control panel of FLoB Central.
Yeah,
Kurt's office.
I have two monitors, but even live streaming, as I'm sure you, MC Gamer, would know as well, there can never be enough monitor space to show all the screens and the...
Would you like to know how many monitors I'm running right now?
Phone stream, but you've got...
I have 4 running right now.
Wow.
I got one of those awesome stands that holds them all up. Well, yeah, that's why I snickered, Brian, when you were like, I have 2 monitors for watching Everest and MC at the same time. I wrote in the chat, I was like, don't tell Brian I have 4 monitors.
Oh, I missed that. I see.
Yeah.
I did a little bit. Oh.
But now I've told you, and I've ruined the joke. No.
You've ruined the joke, but you haven't ruined the envy. Yeah, you can never have enough monitor space.
Only 4? Yeah. Oh, one day. That'll be for another year, I suppose. I'm all tapped out when it comes to monitor expenses for this year.
Well, that's what I've been in considering the possibility of, because it's been since I built this computer in March 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's perfectly capable right now, obviously, but I've been considering doing the old upgrade, and one of the things I'm like, maybe I should get a 27-inch monitor. I have 24s.
I don't know. I mean,
sorry, go ahead.
I'd say I find the 24 to be really good, especially with the stand I have. It supports up to like 24-inch monitors. Like if I got like a 25-inch monitor, they wouldn't all fit. So I find 24 to be the sweet spot for me. I have one 21 inch, and I don't like it very much. It makes me sad looking at it.
Yeah, I've got a 24 inch as my main monitor as well, and I find that that's just about the right size for a comfortable viewing distance to kind of like fill my main field of view.
Yeah,
But speaking of
that's my
computers and
only concern, yeah.
upgrades, Kurt,
Yes.
if we want to go to questions that I still have from the text file.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm trying to shut my science experiment, which is actually not working out too great. But go on.
Callisto I Redux asks, you previously mentioned a desire to build a new computer. How are those plans going? Would you consider doing a live stream to raise funds for a new rig, as MC Gamer has recently done successfully?
Has it been successful, MC Gamer?
Well, yeah, but to
Well-
be fair, you have a working computer. I had no computer, and I
Yeah,
was,
that
I
I was like,
makes
all
it
right,
more
well,
challenging.
no computer, no more YouTube, unless we can do this. So,
Right.
But I saw that
Last-ditch
live
effort.
stream. I donated. I wanted MC to continue. Woohoo!
So the
work.
question was whether or not I would do some sort of live stream.
Yeah,
Or-
basically, if you wanted to raise funds, or if you felt like, like building a new computer was a valuable thing and a pressing need, or you're still happy with how things are going, I guess.
Yeah, not really. I mean, like I said, this one works. The only
Hmm.
reason, or the main reason I'd want to get a secondary computer is so that it would just be one that I record on, and then this one I would still keep and do my rendering and, editing and other stuff on, so that I could simultaneously. It's kind of the one bottleneck I have while I'm rendering video. I can't record.
I'm actually curious to know from other consummate professionals if you guys have good ways to get around the bottleneck, because I've been producing more content lately, and the rendering bottleneck, if you have a second computer, like you still end up having to like transfer the files, and so it seems like that might bottleneck you anyway, and so I'm not sure like what's the best workflow to get the most rendering done.
well, I
and
mean,
still be able to
I've
record.
never. I have a pretty beast computer now, thanks to the fundraiser, but I still don't record while rendering, so I unfortunately can't give you information on that.
Yeah.
However, I am able to do like one-to-one rendering. So like if I make a 20-minute video, it's going to take 20
Gotcha.
minutes or less to render. So that's nice.
Do you feel that it's more CPU or graphics card that is helping your rendering the most? So I'm trying to
graphics card?
decide.
Definitely,
Okay.
because I use the Adobe suite and I have a accelerated.
Right, yeah. I'm using the graphics
graphics
card
card.
acceleration as well, but I've got kind of a middle tier graphics card, and so maybe I should upgrade that again.
I love GPU rendering. It makes me happy. Oh gosh, you got me all nerded out. Ooh, baby. Look what you've done.
So yeah, I'm not. There are other things that take precedence right now, and like that was the thing when I built this computer. I actually replaced the old computer where Farlands of Us started being recorded, and we had the nice slideshow that was the first FLoB-ATHON. So that one it's the same PC case. I just ripped out the guts and put new guts in, so I wouldn't do that this time. But yeah, there's other, and I was starting to look at them like, well, I've fallen behind. I don't know what like the new processors are, or the new chipsets
Yeah.
and socket numbers. So I was trying to get up on what the current stuff is on that, but I'm not sure. I'm not. It's kind of. I don't want to wait until. No offense, MC Gamer, until it's a dire situation. But
Yeah.
I also want to tread lightly. It kind of, I don't know, it seems, I hate to build something and then, next week, blah, 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 and the new graphics card technology that could have helped you out, which is always going to be a problem anyway, so it's not like...
Yeah. The townsfolk might be getting a little bit restless. Is there going to be Minecraft coming up, or are you trying
Yes,
to get other
there
people
is.
on the line?
Well,
I
I
just
was-
think people appreciate knowing what's going on behind the scenes,
Yeah, okay.
other
The pod-
than digestion.
Yeah. Sandwich. Yes, we are going to start. I backed up the world, as everybody was concerned. We're going to start Farlands of Busting once again. I was attempting, speaking of the monitors, I supposed to tie in that whole story. I have a little tiny netbook, very old, little 9-inch netbook from Dell, and I was trying to pull up like the chat and the dashboard for Twitch on that, just to kind of do some
Free
of
up
the
some
load,
space.
free up some space and the load on my current computer, but it was not up to the task, as I recently just now found out. So we'll have to continue as we've done for the past how long? 6, 7 eight and a half hours, something like that.
Remember a time before FLoB-ATHON. This has been my entire life.
Yes, and we have a very appropriate. Well, you're not going to see it for another 30 seconds, guys, but a very appropriate Minecraft splash screen. Thank you. Minecraft live streamed.
Awesome.
Yay.
Indeed,
I love it when I get a good flash screen.
Indeed, it is.
And when I don't, I just restart the game over and over again until I do.
So that you can have a proper intro.
That's right. That's my trademark. That's my secret. That's how I've been doing it all this time.
Type.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, having a backup computer is it's a good thing to have, because you have never experienced pure, unadulterated fear when you are 2 days from a Zeldathon and your computer is smoking.
That's true.
Smoking.
That's up there.
I'm a strong person usually, but there were tears shed on that day. I was like, I've been working for months to prepare this, and it just zap, 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 smoky, smoke. And I was sad. But it all worked out in the end, because we had our friend Great Scott LP come and bring his backup computer, and then he provided the Zeldathon streaming computer for the marathon, and then I was able to whip up a new computer thanks to the awesome people who were watching my streams. And now we're all good.
And now I saw we're at 11,000. What was the number? 103. I've actually logged in already.
Oh, for the world size.
Size, yeah.
The Child's Play donation is way farther than that. But yeah, we're back up to starting with an 11.
11,000, yeah.
And so we're pretty close to the point that you were at before, I think. But this time we'll avoid the accursed pumpkin patch.
Here, let me actually. I haven't actually.
Oh, there's a pretty link that I was supposed to send to you, Mr. Kurt. I'll put it here on the Skype chat. You may be interested in clicking that.
Skype chat. So many chats.
One chat, two chat, red chat, blue chat.
Ah, yes, this thing. I've laid out the streaming for this layout, but I do remember during last FLoB-ATHON somebody made one of these for me. Is this the same person? I don't know who made that.
Ravager.
Oh, okay. It's an admin. Hello.
The Twitch cops.
Yeah.
With their badge.
Well, thank you very much. But I'll have to see in my preparations. I rarely reach out for help. I'm very what's the word I'm looking for? Motivated, dependent,
Sustained. Yeah.
Self-sustained. That too, and I tend to, I could have asked somebody to make the away with all the fan art and stuff like that, but I decided to do it myself and all the other stuff. But I do appreciate it. Ravager?
Correct.
Indeed, and it looks like, same person did 2012. But the way I've laid out the
it's a good stream layout too.
Yeah, it works. I was a little bit concerned that people might not like the fact that the window is not 720p. It's not widescreen or whatever. Because I'm playing just in I've got 400 pixels chopped off of the right hand side.
Well, the alternative would be overlaying elements on the screen, and with as many elements as you want to have on screen, it would be messy unless you cropped it down. And so this is a much better solution. The only thing, and are you ready for the MC Gamer stream design expertise?
Yes, please.
You should have the video on the right hand side and the sidebar on the left hand side, because you want to have the game nearest to the chat so people's eyes don't have to move as much, because majorly they're not going to be needing to look at that information all the time.
Dang, people, get more strength in your eyes so you can look further.
That's right. This is calisthenics. This is a workout of your retina.
You will all be speed readers by the time you're done watching FLoB-ATHON 2014.
Well, there's that. I suppose that's the.
Well, thank you very much. I will indeed keep that in mind. Oh, I do see a spawner right away all of a sudden. I think. Yeah, I do. Oh, goodness. Okay, hold on. I'm going to run away. Run away!
Well. I was just about to say that for anyone who's just listening in and who had been away from their monitors when Kurt had gone to lunch, there's Minecraft back on the screen, and apparently it's exciting.
Yep. I'm trying to avoid... Oh, the skeletons are wearing 3D glasses as well. It's my only weakness.
That's your only weakness?
Yes, is when other people wear 3D glasses. Okay, so I've taken care of that guy. I don't want to get hit because then Wolfie will attack,
right.
And that's never good. Place torch! Place torches! Alright. We appear to be skeleton free. What do we got in the bag? We got more iron. I'll take it. Oh no! This place is cursed!
Is there a golden record in there?
There's a golden record. I am also going to return the 3 iron I took. Because this place shall never see the light of day again. I'm going to leave it. I am going to... What should I do? I was going to say, like, put lava down, but that's my only lava bucket. I don't know what I'm going to use a lava bucket for.
Yeah, you could just walk away. But, yeah, for those who weren't around for last year's FLoB-ATHON, Good, I guess, was one of the people in the chat, too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
When Kurt stumbled upon a golden record, and of course we were making the jokes about Good never being able to get the golden record, and it was soon after that we had last year's little glitch. Little glitch, just a minor glitch where after we found a golden record, Wolfie disappears. The star of the show.
Yeah. Let me actually... I'm going to have some fun with this and put down a sign to warn others of the peril behind the dirt wall I just erected around the entrance to that.
Expertly crafted.
Yes, thank you.
You're a winner at Minecraft because you must place blocks.
Danger.
So what are you planning to do with those 19 netherrack you have there?
That's gonna go towards, along with the glowstone, the F3 monument I'm going to make at the end of this.
I thought so.
Danger, golden record of evilness.
Golden?
No, I did that right, didn't I? Golden. I'm spelling.
Yes,
We
you
can't see it on
did.
the screen yet. It's not there yet.
No, you did it right, but you did it wrong the first time. I saw you type golden, but you fixed it. You got it.
There we go.
Oh man, MC, you're seeing the stream a little bit ahead of me. My stream has a little bit more delay down here.
Are you on source quality?
That fancy new computer of yours.
Way over on the other side of the country.
Although we did get a speed boost over here inside my ISP. Gave me a... They improved my download speed. I was so happy. I was like 20 free... 20 extra onto my download. I was so happy, but guess what they didn't do? They didn't increase my upload. I was very sad.
I was really happy because, yeah, with my recent Comcast, like, they gave, like, a new router and updated kind of stuff, and I actually do have a little bit faster upload, and so that's been extremely helpful.
I don't care how much my download speed is. It could be like 5. I wouldn't care. I want to be able to upload videos and streams. And
well, speaking of the golden record of evilness... How's it going, Good?
Hello. How's it going?
Good timing.
Yeah. I've heard you have already lost Wolfie once, so you probably shouldn't mess with that golden record too much.
Yeah, we lost him to the game crashing, so that was definitely under the not so supernatural forces that caused that one. But yeah, we just came across the golden record in a spawner, and we left it.
Yeah, I was watching. I saw the sign, so you should be safe now.
Yes, I even returned 3 iron ingots that I would have taken normally because I don't want to. Yes, I don't want to.
The chest.
You should have gave 3 more extra just as a sacrifice
to appease the gods.
Lord.
Oh man.
How many is that now? Have you kept track of like the number of golden records you found?
I think I found one before the demonic one during the last FLoB-ATHON. So that's got to be like 3 or 4
Oh.
at the most. Obviously, I hadn't been taking them with me at all. Of course, we do have the golden apple, which we found in episode 300.
And you've only found spawners that were on the surface, right?
Yeah, I don't really dig. I mean, I used to, like, if I hear a bunch of stuff, I would dig and explore, but I've recently said that if I don't see it, if I don't see the cobblestone, I'm not going to bother.
Right.
So yeah, it's, yeah, I don't know how rare the golden record is compared to the golden apple, as far as statistically speaking, but...
Yeah, I think whoops. Oh, got my volume. Yeah, I think the golden apple is like way more rare. Hold on. I'm looking at stats.
And yeah, but in any case, it was very appropriate that you just found it at the moment that Good is going to be entering the call, because we had a reason to make him nervous right at the beginning. So appreciates that in the chat already. But yeah, I think it's like 1 in 100 versus like 1 in 1,000 or something.
Yeah,
I'm
I was trying to
remembering.
see.
Yeah, it's like a fraction of a percent.
Ratios. Yeah, it's also, it might be like something ridiculous like 729 or like some crazy number as opposed to round numbers. I can't remember. But yeah, the golden apple that came on your 300, and yeah, like I found a golden apple. Actually, the only one that I found was during a live stream, and it was right after I had just like hit like 1 million views on YouTube. And so it seems like Minecraft knows how to reward people. Nice round numbers.
That is kind of uncanny. Well, that's why I was asking about the golden record. I wasn't sure if they've only been found on stream or not.
I'm not sure. I can't remember, to be honest.
Check the archives.
Yeah, everybody. Got 333 episodes.
Which plays detective? Divide up the episodes. Everyone go rewatch all of FLoB and
Well,
see if Kurt has
that's
Well, we have
pretty good,
5,000 people. That won't be too hard.
That's real. I mean, yeah. If everyone watched one,
That's
If
a
everybody
good-
watched, like, we could even split it up. Like somebody watches
if
the
your name
first 10
starts
minutes.
with an A, watch 1 through 10.
I'm sure this will go just fine.
That's right. And while you're there, be sure to click on the ads. Okay.
No, don't say that. I'm gonna get.
Oh yeah.
I'm kidding. Not allowed to say
Google
that.
is coming. Run.
Oh dang! I need the trees. I need trees.
Will trees protect you from Google? All right.
I was gonna make a boat, but I don't have any wood unless I have a boat already. No.
Have you always had that sign on your cactus? I didn't notice that before.
No, this is the same guy who makes the normal Farlands of Bus texture pack. Made a special FLoB-ATHON 2014 one,
Oh, okay.
and he put old, Danger Wolfy sort of caution tape on the cacti. Kind of a fun little thing, but yeah, it's just a variation on the theme.
I saw the 3D glasses on the skeleton. Is that new too?
On the skeleton, you're about to see they're on pigs and cows, and the chickens got them. The zombies and creepers. I was a little disappointed that pumpkins don't have 3D glasses on, but that's all right.
Was there squids in this version? There wasn't, was there? No.
Yeah, there's squids.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I haven't. Do squids have eyes on this, or this is just the mouth?
I think they have eyes. Yeah, they have big derpy
I don't
eyes,
think that
right?
the texture has
We'll
changed.
have to check out, hang around some water to see. Gotta find some squids.
And squids, 3D glasses actually is somewhat appropriate, because aren't it like squids and octopus, like some of the other animals of the animal kingdom that actually have like camera eyes like humans do and can like do focus for long distances and short distances and different things? don't know.
I have no idea.
You're the doctor.
We're now in the random trivia section of the FLoB-ATHON. I don't know, maybe someone in the chat who knows more about zoology will chime in there.
You're a doctor of marine biology, aren't you?
You're supposed to just know everything once you get your PhD, Brian. Don't they have beaks? Octopuses? Octopi? What are they? Octopi?
I think octopi, or maybe it's just multiple octopuses.
Many octopuses.
The herd of octopi.
The octaherd.
Yeah, they do. They have like little beaks as opposed to mouths, and they have these things called suction cups. Tentacles, if you will. It's not what the show is about.
It's a different show now.
Yes. So how has your Saturday been there, Good?
I'm sick, actually. I was deciding whether or not I could talk. I was like, should I join him and sound all sick? But I think I sound all right.
Well, now that you mentioned, I can't unhear
it. Just don't give it to me.
Yeah. The stream started off, and I was a bit. I had a pretty intense morning voice, and it was a bit of a rough start.
I bet the chat loved that.
Oh yes. My favorite comment was they said it sounded like Kurt from episode 11, back when I started YouTube.
Before you had your radio voice?
Yeah, before I had the confidence or proper microphone or audio processing. Hey guys, this is Minecraft. My name is Kurt.
We're going to go to the far lands today, I hope. Well, when I get the morning voice, my voice goes much deeper, and I have found that my viewers, they like me better when I have morning voice. So, luckily, or unfortunately for them, I don't ever want to when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I'll make videos maybe later. I'll just go back to bed.
Doc's got the deepest morning voice I've ever heard.
Well, he already has a deep voice, so
yeah. Minecon in the mornings, Doc's just like a different person. Hello.
Well, we had Doc in the chat earlier.
The F3.
What's that?
7? Is 7 when you're pressing the F3?
Yeah, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, so that's in 3 hours. And the contest for guessing the F3 distance ends in 2 hours. So an hour before I press F3 is when that contest ends.
What's the prize for the contest? Is there a prize?
There is a prize. Thank you for asking, Goot. Shapeways.com is donating a $100 credit for Shapeways.com. They do 3D printing. You can get like your Minecraft skin 3D printed as a figure. They have the official Kerbal Space Program 3D printed models and a bunch of other stuff that you can use for with that. If you get the closest in either direction, it's not closest without going over. We're not doing Price is Right rules or anything. But the closest guess wins that $100. Oh, they do have eyes and no 3D glasses.
Oh,
the squid.
The squid, yes. Bring that into perspective.
Not the Kermans.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised the eyes are on the same side of the head, too. Aren't squids, aren't their eyes normally on, like, either side of their head when you see them?
I've always imagined that when Notch was making that, he just, like, took the cow texture and just kind of bent it a little.
Yeah, just like he made the creeper by messing up the pig texture.
Yeah.
Or model. That's true, they have the derpy cow eyes, don't they?
Yeah. And
I'm just now seeing the squid in my stream.
For some reason, Twitch always crashes my browser. It's just not meant to watch streams. So I missed the squid.
Oh.
This Shapeways has some really cool 3D printed stuff. Like they have trains and bicycles and things.
But I'm not sure entire like full-size bicycles, but
oh yeah, no, yes, I want to buy a full-size bicycle that's 3D printed and try to ride it. That probably won't go over very well. Actually, how strong are 3D printed things? I've never seen anything that's 3D printed.
Well, I mean, apparently, what's that?
I was just gonna say probably what you're about to say, that they could be just as strong as anything else, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't realize, but looking at the website, they can even print in like copper and you know, stainless steel if you're making like, or not stainless steel. Well, maybe stainless steel, but what's the word I'm looking for? Sterling silver if you're making like a jewelry 3D printed. So yeah, it could be anything. These Kerbal Space Program figures are made with, I guess, what they called colored sandstone. So it is kind of it's a little bit gritty. And it does seem, if you dropped it or squeezed it hard enough, it might be a little bit fragile, but it's
a little bit gritty. It's the dark side of Kerman.
Yeah. It's the gritty crime drama. CSI Kerbal edition.
They've seen some stuff.
Who killed Jebediah? Find out next time on
It's pretty
Gritty
easy. It's
KSP.
little rockets.
I've seen the sandstone
Kerbal
Minecraft
Space
characters, whatever the kernels.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there are any other companies that do that, but yeah, they can do the Minecraft characters. And
Oh,
even,
they have a
like-
bunch of different Kerbals too, not just the one. I just found them all. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, Good.
Hey, MC Gamer.
When can I get my statue to my house? Or is your tiny car still tiny?
Have I not mailed that yet? You know what? I
No.
probably forgot.
I just haven't had a chance to talk to you. I've just been
Yeah.
lazy.
Yeah. I really have to have someone come to the house and pick it up, but I'm assuming that UPS would do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just need to do that, I guess.
Yeah.
It's right over there that if I still have it. I have like all the statues leaned up against the wall and still in their boxes.
Awesome. Like, I just want to set mine up just because I want it here.
Yeah.
Scare people with it. I've been waiting to assemble it inside my roommate's bedroom without telling him inside his bed or something, but...
Yeah, the morning we left, I had had much sleep, and apparently my wife and Beef were like piling them on top of me and like taking pictures. So I have like pictures with like Beef on top of me and Paws on top of me, and I've just slept through the whole thing.
They're speaking, of course, of the cardboard cutout full-size
We should probably
statues
clarify.
that we had at Minecon.
Did you take yours, Kurt, or do I have that here too?
You have it. I have it.
Okay.
I'm not
I
sure.
can't remember who wanted theirs and who didn't or whatever.
We would have texted you like 10 minutes earlier. I could have not had this ordeal. I could have actually got there, but
Yeah, we were rushing to
too
get
late.
out of the hotel. It still took
Yeah.
us, I think, 3 hours to package all that stuff up and actually mail it out from the hotel.
Jeez.
I know that Jay Sato uses his for sportcasting videos. I don't know if you've seen those.
I
like
saw
Jeff
him
and
in
Jeff.
Jeff before the NFL games and different things and having his predictions and yeah, like put the little headphones on the statue and yeah, I thought that was really cute.
The chat's just now catching up.
Yeah, I know.
Saturdays.
Oh.
They weren't that much to ship, actually. I think it was $50 per to ship them. I was surprised because they're so heavy. Fun fact.
Now you know.
I would respond, but I am thoroughly entranced by this boat ride.
Isn't it just magical and...
There's something like really weird about watching somebody else play Minecraft. Like I don't feel like this when I'm playing the game myself. Like I'm just like I can't take my eyes away from the screen.
Yeah,
right now.
Joe Hills, I remember a while back, like a year ago, like had an entire series where he just sailed in a boat across a giant ocean in Minecraft and would talk about things. And yeah, it is entrancing.
Oh, I feel at peace. Hey, is that a cat? Hello. I heard a cat. Did anybody else hear a cat?
Oh, yeah. In real life, I was like, yes, that is a cat. I was like, I don't think it's in that version of Minecraft. Cats.
Jungles.
Slash spawn ocelot. Summon, I guess it would have been. I went and screwed it up. Boo.
This life-size cutout thing is starting to get creepy from the chat.
Who would have ever suspected?
I think the company that we got them from is going to start selling them. I don't know exactly if that's. Let me check their website.
Oh no, I'm buffering. What is this? My boat ride experience. Okay, there we go.
It's been
We're back.
hindered.
It's been hindered. I've never found more humor inside a word than hindered, but that's a good. That is a great word. I need to start using the word hindered more.
Hindered.
It's one of those words that I like. Are there words out there that you guys don't like? Like the word ornery. That word makes me ornery. 'Cause I hate that word. It's like it just sounds like a horrible word, and it's just ornery. Sounds. There's no definition to the word.
I think
I've not had as much time as you to sit and think about words, I don't think.
I notice I use the word non-trivial way too much in my YouTube commentary.
a non-trivial amount.
Yes. Non-trivial number of my videos contain the word non-trivial.
Yeah, I don't like the word hors d'oeuvres, but not because of the way it sounds or what it means, because
Spelled.
of the way it's spelled. Yeah,
Yep.
it just
Yep.
angers me every time I see it printed.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Wait, which word was that? I was looking at
Hors d'oeuvres.
boats. Or what? Oh yeah, hors d'oeuvres. Yeah, not a fan of that word. It's an okay word.
I can't spell the word definitely. I always
Oh, no,
misspell
me
it,
neither.
and then it gets spell checked to defiantly, and then that doesn't fit the sentence right.
I have problems with the word disappointing and disappointed because my autocorrect is always yelling at me like, I can't get it to autocorrect disappointed. It just doesn't want. It doesn't think that word exists. It makes me disappointed, but
I don't know why my
It makes me
phone
ornery.
always it makes me ornery. Always corrects hope to hippie. And I don't know why. So like I'm always like, oh, hope you have a good day, or hope you had a good time, or hope to see you soon. It's hippie, hippie to see you soon. What?
well, it took me the longest time to teach my phone that my name MC is not actually McCain. So I was Super McCain gamer quite a bit until my phone started to learn. It took me a couple months to teach it.
Yeah, it always changes good to guide. So when I actually see the word guide now, I actually read good.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's weird, like guidebook. I'm like, what does that say? Oh, that's not.
I've noticed that. Sometimes when I'm
It's my book. It's my biography. Hippies can't have hope. I'm not sure about that.
My iPhone corrected the word next to Nextel the other day. Like I was texting my wife, and I was like, I'm going to see my grandma next. And I hit enter, and it changed it to Nextel. And my wife was like, I want to meet Grandma Nextel.
Nextel.
I was just like, is Nextel even still in business? And why does my iPhone even know about it? And why would it change the
Exactly.
word next? I don't know. It's weird.
It's one of the things how the phones know, but they don't know. Like I've had situations where it'll know Minecraft, but it won't know like Nokia or something like that. Well, of course Nokia is a phone company, so that's probably a bad example. But it'll know one popular thing, but it won't know the other. I was like, where do they draw the line? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Who makes
You
those
guys
things?
obviously don't know.
No, I don't know.
I thought you worked for the companies, dude.
I keep getting distracted by the chat.
I know. I'm entranced by this non-boat ride on ice.
Oh, yeah, walking on water.
How glitchy do you think it's going to be by the time you're like halfway there, Kurt?
I don't know. I assume it's just going to get. Well, the only glitchiness I'm experiencing now is the kind of the jitteriness.
Yeah. That's what I'm-
So yeah, I don't know at what points like that keeps getting worse.
It's like you have some kind of debilitating disease that's slowly like taking over your body or something.
Well, it has gone worse. Like even since the last FLoB-ATHON, I can definitely tell that there's a little bit more jitteriness. And there are people who've been saying, I've read inside your comments recently that people are like, this jitteriness is getting too much. I'm like, well, what if it just keeps getting worse? What if there's a point where literally that tree you see up in there in the corner of the screen right now? What if that starts like vibrating like all over the place? And you just,
Beware of the
Kurt,
vibration.
The
Right.
vibrating tree.
yeah, like what happens when the game just becomes almost unplayable due to the jitteriness? That's what I want to see. Like, I think that's going to make the game really funny to watch Kurt play.
It's kind of
Then he's
weird.
going to change it to a speed run.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that it's hard to really tell the jitteriness at a distance, like that tree you're pointing out. It's really only at the close-up distances that you can
Oh,
notice.
yeah. Like if you look at the like right by the hot bar, you can definitely see it.
Mhm.
Oh gosh, I'm getting dizzy.
But yeah, I
Speaking
don't.
of the jitteriness,
Yes.
That actually leads into another one of the questions
Oh.
that you had queued up beforehand.
Segue.
A user by the name of Padankadank asks, have you ever tried any post-processing shaky cam filters to help with the in-game jitteriness?
I haven't. I always used to get the YouTube warning after I upload, your video appears to be shaky. Would you like us to stabilize it? But I don't know. I'm sure they're, well, it's so random. Well, it's not random, but I mean just based on the direction I'm moving.
Right, and then there's that, and there's the fact that the entities don't, whereas the train does or whatever, and so
Right.
part of it's shaky, and so if you compensated for that, the other parts would shake, and so I don't know that it would actually work out.
Yeah, I don't know that it would work out, and I don't know that even if I would want to, because that's kind of, like
Yeah,
I was
take
saying
away
before,
from it.
Yeah, it's part of
one of
the-
the reasons I'm trying to actually see all of these weird effects in a vanilla, non-teleporty environment, just doing it normally. You know, it's sure I could probably teleport myself to halfway to the far lands to see what it's like, but
Apparently, somebody tried to type our names and got auto-corrected. We are McNamee and Guide Boulder Fist. Oh, and
They still-
KurtJMac.
KurtJMac, but Boulder Fist was in there.
Well, no, Boulder Space Fist.
I see.
I was thinking maybe because it was owned by World of Warcraft.
I am McNamee. Cool. Phones, capital M, capital C. It's not a hard thing to do.
I just saw a comment saying use the Nether to speed up the process. Nope.
Where's fun in that?
Yeah, where's the fun in that? It would be extremely boring, I think, in the Nether, just because it's in this version. There's no structures or anything like that, but it's also dangerous, and I can't bring Wolfie with, and
Can't sleep the night away, or
True.
reset your spawn point.
and it's just one of the, like I said, I think I said this earlier in the stream, that one of the, I think people like seeing a little nostalgic trip down memory lane to the beta terrain generation in Minecraft.
I
It's
think
kind of-
just having to leave behind Wolfie alone is enough reason to never do it.
yeah. You say as I boat away and leave him on the shoreline.
Bye-bye!
Yes. So long.
We'll see him soon. Wolfie has the magic of teleporting.
Oh, another boat ride. I'm so happy. Stop looking behind you at Wolfie. Look forward, Kurt. Thank you.
This is all very
You're ruining Epson's experience.
disjointed for the stream because it's.
I'm one of those
multiplied.
angry Twitch viewers. Why does this guy keep looking behind him? He's supposed to be looking forward. Makes emote face.
Stream the way I want you to, Kurt.
It's this newfound boldness with the Pokemon thing. People think they can just do this up, down.
Well, at least it'd be easy for you, West.
Yeah, Farlands, Farlands.
Then you got that one guy typing east.
That one guy. That's funny.
Right.
Give people controller something and they will ruin it. Well, that was a little bit sad. Mean.
Way to be a optimist there.
Well, they compared.
Everybody's so mean. No. Hello, Kat.
Yeah, she's needy today for some reason.
Welcome to FLoB-ATHON.
She just realizes it's her time to shine. They get some real airtime in front of thousands of viewers. We're up to 5,300. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's been like steadily increasing.
Have you said what your goal is going to be for this coming season?
I have not. I tend to base that on like the previous. Whoa! I almost punched Wolfie. On the previous season, or even the F3 number. So yeah, that's something I normally don't announce until the first episode of the next season.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
No, yeah, I'll have to toss it about. I mean, obviously it was 100,000 this season, but we needed the assistance of the MindCrack Marathon.
Yeah, we kind of cheated.
Yeah, it kind of blew the doors off, is what happened there. But So yeah, I'm not sure. It's one of those. It feels like it's been a little bit too long since the last FLoB-ATHON.
It does. Yeah. I think me and you both were really tired after that 48-hour stream.
Yeah, I was tired during this as well, and it's. I was starting to have flashbacks of that when I started this one because I didn't get that good of a sleep last night, and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna let everybody down. I'm gonna like fall asleep halfway through.
Well, it's funny. Right before you added me to the call, like I was literally like, "Oh, I should send Kurt a message. I'm just gonna tell him I'm gonna go take a nap, and maybe I'll come back later." And then he messaged me like, "You available?" And I was like, "All right then." And so I'm all good now.
Are you still waiting for the nap, or I don't want to?
No, I'm good. I mean, I might go and take a nap soon, but I don't know. I'm okay. It is 4:30 p.m. and I did wake up at like 1 p.m. because I'm a YouTuber and I can do that apparently.
The YouTuber schedule.
I have to say, everything else like work from home, set your own work schedule, all that's cool. Cool stuff for YouTuber. But your own sleep schedule, that's pretty cool until you realize you have group recordings and meetings and stuff with other people. And then sometimes they're just like, okay, so we want to do this at 10 a.m., right? And I'm like, no. But then you just have to hard reset that sleep schedule, I suppose. But I'm sure Kurt,
You do that where you stay up 24 hours and then go to sleep. Vinny does that a lot, where he'll stay up like a whole day and try to reset his sleep schedule.
I do it the opposite way. I kind of just laze around for an entire day to kind of just, all right, I've been sleeping for 14 hours. I think I should wake up now. I think I'm reset now. Jeez. And then I'm just woke up. Well, that's the fun way of doing it. Then you don't have to like fall into insanity and going like mad with sleep deprivation.
Yeah, I think a video he was in the chat at least when I started this morning, but I don't think it was because he was up early. It's because he hadn't gone to sleep yet.
Yeah, that's all right.
And I'm like, man, that's crazy.
It's pretty humorous what happens to me at the start of Zolathon. Everybody gets on me like the chat. There's like, where's MC? Like they'll see me for like the first few hours of Zolathon, and then they don't see me again until the second day. They're like, where's MC? I'm like, okay, I got Zolathon started. I have 30 people here to take care of it. I'm gonna go and sleep because I haven't slept in like 2 days or something. Getting ready for the marathon to begin. So I always just kind of am like, I sleep a lot more during Zolathon than I do before Zolathon since I have to do all the setup.
Yeah, there's a lot of preparation and stuff that goes into such things. So.
Oh yeah.
And even, hosting people, like you said, you have a big. I try to keep things very low key when I do my stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, Kurt, you have us here.
Production.
But, I have 30 people sleeping in my household, and I'm sure we're breaking so many fire codes. It doesn't even matter at that point. It's like, let's just do it. Don't tell the fire police.
I was gonna say, Jay Sano's gonna find out. Look out!
Oh no. But no, luckily I have a huge attic that is like carpeted and everything. Like it could be living space, except there's no fire escape, so it's technically an unlivable area, technically. So we can't like claim that as a bedroom or anything. But most people just sleep up there during Zolathon. Just throw them all up there. I don't care.
Chat keeps calling for a backup, Kurt. I don't know how frequently you're doing that, but I just thought I'd let you know.
When was the last time I did that? That was...
I think you still got about 15 more minutes or something.
Yeah, it was
I think it's around a 45 that we came back.
Yeah, quarter to the hour or something. I just noticed something, and this isn't anything new, and this makes sense, but the block selection...
Is it off another pixel or something?
No, it's off. It's just off on the axis I'm walking, which makes sense. But this is like the first time it actually hit me.
So like if you turn it, if
you turn 90 degrees, then it's not off, kind of thing.
Well, it's still off, but only in that axis. It doesn't go offset to the north and south. It's only offset to the east and west, which makes sense because that's the number that's getting bigger and having to deal with those rounding errors. So I guess if somebody was walking diagonally to the far lands, which I'm not going to do, but if somebody was walking diagonally to the far lands, then that over or offset would be in both directions, and Wolfie, don't go that way, you noodle. The block selection would be off on both directions, and I'm sure the shaking would be even worse. Something I noticed. I'm tired.
I think there should be another contest for how many times you say noodle during the FLoB-ATHON.
Boom noodle.
Oh, look at that. It all comes for full circle.
Right,
Stealing each other's catchphrases once again.
Wolfie, over. Big set. There we go. Feed Wolfie. Took some damage there. I might have just eaten that.
Time for that Tarawa art once again.
Yes.
I think that's my favorite art, where you're just sitting there eating and just looking at you like, please feed me.
Where are we at for the charity? We are at $176,888.58.
Did you set any kind of mini goal for the stream or anything like that?
Well, I said earlier that it would be cool if we reached 200,000. I'm starting to realize that might have
cool
been
with that.
That would be very cool, but that might be asking a bit much, being as how we had MindCrack Marathon and blah 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 blah. I did say that if we reached 180, that I would maybe hop on the Play MindCrack server and like hang out in one of the museum servers or something like that to be like, hey, I'm here, and a little fan interaction for a little bit of a break from Far Lands or Bust if anybody wanted that. So that's still on the table.
Here I am. Touch me.
Yes.
Rob had a pretty cool idea. Spoiler alert, I guess. We had those Valentine cards you can trade, and we can make it where if you right click or left click on a Mindcracker, then you get like their autograph in the game, and we could even have it like a scanned actual version of our actual like signature that we put on stuff at conventions or whatever.
That's pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
I felt really bad after Minecon. Did you hear what happened to me, Good?
Huh. I don't guess. I don't think I did.
I got lumped in who is this Mindcracker signature club?
Oh,
when everybody started getting their postcards, everybody was like, "It's like who's this?" I'm like, "It's the letters M and C," but okay.
And you were signing it. What color? You were like a different color than everybody else too, right?
Sometimes. Well, I didn't. I was given a different color. I was orange occasionally, but I think I assimilated into the black crowd.
Okay.
So that was a cool sentence.
I think when you signed my Frisbee disc, it was an orange. So.
Oh, that was very funny to me right now. I'm too I was gonna mention how after our panel we had that kind of line where we sat down and signed a bunch of things, and a couple times people are in line and getting the autograph. You get the people who hesitate because they either don't know who you are, or they don't watch your videos, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you sure? You don't have to have my autograph if you don't want it.
I'm like, it's all right. You only have everybody else in line. I'll just sit out.
I do like
cool.
saying no. Like they get everyone else. They look at you and they look at their thing and they look at you again and they're just like, no. It's like, all right, sign it anyways.
The tribe has spoken.
Browser crashed again. Just not allowed.
You have some problems. What browser do you use?
Firefox.
Ah.
What is that?
What was that?
I use Firefox and Chrome, but I only use Firefox for Twitch chat on my. Like, I have a modification like that makes it really big, hides like the chat about this channel thing, and it's good for like when we're doing like group recordings and stuff inside my studio, so we can just like put that up on one monitor so everybody can see the Twitch chat.
I'm using Internet Explorer, but I'm afraid to say it because I'm afraid I'm going to get hate in the chat, just like I did when I said I was driving a Prius.
I have a story about Internet Explorer.
Gather round.
It's story time with MC.
Well, my friend Mike, he a long time ago, I went over to his house and he had Internet Explorer open, And he was like, "Yeah, I just upgraded to the latest Internet Explorer." I'm like, no, you need to get Google Chrome, my friend. And he's like, "No, if it ain't broke, don't fix it." And I respond to him with like, "If it's not as good as it can be, it is broken." And that is what my philosophy when it comes to that. And since then, he kept Internet Explorer for a while, but then he did eventually upgrade to Chrome, and he saw the error of his ways. So it's all right now.
I have my problems with Chrome from now, time and again, but as coming from web design, there's just an ingrained hatred of Internet Explorer, even though I now more recently it actually, displays pages normally for the most part. It's just having to have dealt with like Internet Explorer 4 or 5.5 on Mac, trying to design a website around that was a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, Brian, you work for Microsoft, so you have an excuse.
I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty down on these days. I've been away from there for long enough.
Well, I was giving you an out.
You could have gone with the "I've been brainwashed" excuse. Garage door. Yep, that was the garage door.
Yeah. Since we did talk about a little bit of UHD earlier, I will mention this. I'm still so I'm not angry. That is not the word, but I'm so frustrated that.
Are you ornery?
Oh, screw that one. I got so I was very frustrated when I learned that it was actually Vex who went caca in the one episode after he died, because me and Everest went into full on stealth mode. Stealth. And I lost hearts because I was like trying to escape zombies because I was all panicky. I was, and then in the end, it wasn't anybody. We were silent for 10 minutes after that.
Didn't you eat an apple too?
Yeah, I ate an apple. I was like, we were battle incoming. No, it's already, that person's already dead. We can't kill them any further. It was.
Yeah, I think if we use the mumble plugin again, we need to explain a few things like don't do that. I mean, that was funny, I guess, but it was also it changed the game. But one thing I guess we didn't explicitly tell people not to do was to keep mumble open in another window and constantly look at it, because what's the point of it if you're constantly looking at it? Because you're no longer using your audio cues, using visual
or something. I can see who's lighting up kind of thing. Yeah.
Which I was guilty of doing the same thing. Whenever I kept hearing pause and he wouldn't say anything, and I was I kept hearing the clicking, I finally got frustrated. I did tab out and look.
Yeah, you were saying that you recognize the sound because you've heard pauses clicking keyboard before. So
that's cute. I know your keyboard.
Overly attached YouTuber.
I recognize your keyboard sounds a mile away. Oh, look, pumpkins, Kurt. You want to get them?
No, I'm going to stay clear of the pumpkins.
Okay.
People really like the mumble, though. I'm just reading chat. The thing is, we always try to change up every UHC season. We don't want to do the same thing every time.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about whether or not we liked it or what it added and stuff like that. But yeah, it's kind of, there's always one thing is twisted or changed or added or something.
Let's have a season where we remove iron completely from the game. Just, there's no more iron. Sorry. That would be interesting.
Stone Age UHC.
Stone Age UHC. Because you can't get diamonds then, right?
You could get creepers too.
TNT. You'd have to use TNT to blow them up.
Oh, yeah, we're talking to Brian. What was that series called? The End of Crafting?
Oh yeah, the End of Crafting. That's right. Where I couldn't craft any items other than what you can craft in your 2x2 square of the inventory.
Oh man.
And
that's what I said when he came
set out to defeat the Ender Dragon.
Did you succeed?
I did. That was
congratulations!
A little, 12 episode mini series from a couple years ago, and yeah, Kurt helped me on do the kind of design for the trailer. That was a little kind of 2-minute teaser video before that series, but.
How did you get swords? Did you have to find them in chests, or?
I got very lucky and found a village that had a iron sword and an iron chest plate. This was back before the days of villager trading, and so other than finding chests and villages in Mineshaft, there was no way to get lots of different gear. Got to make the nether portal with the bucket that I found in a dungeon in order to get to the nether, and then throw a bunch of snowballs at the blazes in order to get the blaze rods.
To everybody who say cobble haters UHC, As a cobble hater, I would like to say no. No,
What was that
God,
one
no.
series that Generic did with that mod pack where you had to like just to craft like a bow or whatever? It took like 2 hours. I can't remember what it was called though. You have to like get like
FTB?
well
I'm
played.
sorry.
No, not that though. I don't remember what it was called. Never mind. Cool story, bro.
I wish I could stand FTB anymore, but like people are like, you should play FTB. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I don't have another 5 hours to give a day to a game.
It's
If I
not
want-
as bad, this season because we purposely made it so you could build up pretty quickly. But
Don't try to convince me. I'm not doing it, dude. I gotta play Pixelmon. I gotta catch some Pokemans and be villainous and things.
But we could destroy Nebris a lot. Like, just think how fun that is.
You bring up a fair point.
Oh yeah, Terra
No.
Firmacraft. They're telling the chat.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I always thought that would have been a fun UHC. It would take like 20 hours or so, but
Oh, God.
when you said you might get on the museum server, I realized I had never turned them back on since I moved everything to Atlanta last weekend. So-
Yeah. I mean, that was something I was before I jumped ship and were to head over there. I was going to make sure that things were up and running, but
Yeah, well, I'm working on that now.
okay. Well, it's still
It needed to be turned on anyways. I just it seemed more urgent whenever you said you were going to log into it.
Goot, you sound
just hang out
farther
in the
away
lobby.
right now.
Do what?
Did you go to a separate computer to do server things? Because it sounds like you're slightly farther away.
Yeah, I have to rotate 90 degrees in order to do things
I
on the
knew
other.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plug
Okay,
in,
I'll
you need to
add
turn
that
your
to
head
my
to go in
map of
different
Goot's
directions.
office.
You're as creepy as I am with paws. Goo, did you rotate 90 degrees just now?
is it counterclockwise.
You spin me right. Never mind.
Meanwhile, in Goot's office. I missed that gif of Notch. Where is it? Meanwhile, at Mojang. Bring it to
I
me.
smell another cool ink.
You got it. View image. What? Why is this on Funny Junk? What is this horrible website I'm currently at? Bring me anywhere else. Yeah, here we go. That's a nice image. Let me save it and rehost it on Imgur because I don't know whose web server this is and I don't want to destroy them.
So you pronounce it Imgur and not Imgur, huh?
Oh God, please, no. There is an official pronunciation for this one though. All right, here we go. Actually, I should probably make that a GIF, not a PNG. There we go. And enjoy, everybody. Meanwhile, at Mojang,
Where are you posting this?
I
is
posted
Skype
that to
chat.
chat, but I'll post it on Skype
Chat.
as well for you.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I was just doing.
I would do that, but my chair has seen one too many Zolathons, and it is about to break down soon. I feel sad. Because I've actually had to start banning my chair from being used during Zolathons, because I've gone through 2 chairs since beginning Zolathon, and I don't like paying for a chair every 1.5 years. That's no fun.
Space chair.
Oh yeah, you with your, like, how much was that chair again?
It was a lot.
Oh,
There
I don't want
were
that.
a few zeros
Oof.
and a 7 in front of those few zeros.
There's only 2 zeros though, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah,
putting
yeah.
them
$700,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
$177,091.01. Precisely
For a space chair.
Yes.
700 is not so bad for a chair, especially if it's as good as you make it sound to be.
It is good indeed, and it's you know, I spent $100 on one of those Office Max chairs or whatever, and didn't last all that long because the little foam seat would disintegrate somewhere. I don't want to think of where, but it would. Then I'd be sitting on the hard cardboard or plastic.
Well,
figure I've
actually,
got my money's worth.
I was about to say, well, my chairs have held up pretty well, and then I realized I've been sitting on a blanket for the past 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh wow, you actually bring up a fair point, don't you?
A chair should
I'd
have
actually-
built-in padding.
I got a chair that's like I guess you call it like a bungee chair or whatever, that like has like kind of bungee cords kind of like strung back over and back or whatever, and gives it some springiness. I don't know how to describe it better than that.
That's
So you're
interesting.
sitting in a hammock.
Kind of. Yeah, relax. Getting another boat, Kurt.
Uh,
Just sit back and relax, watch the ocean sail by.
Would you like to hear a furniture story now?
business hammocks. I'm going to, at this sunset, it is time to build the normal hidey hole and back up the world and take a few minute break. Not to cut off your story, your furniture story. We can get to that as soon as we... Where's Wolfie? There he is. As soon as we figure this hidey hole
When we
situation
snore,
out.
we have to snore first.
Yeah, we'll have to snore.
All right.
There's more suspicious pumpkins. Shifty eyes.
Shifty eyes.
Bum bum bum.
Giving me random ideas.
About shifty-eyed pumpkins?
Exactly. I've been doing fun things with command blocks, and it seems like there's something there. Should make a note.
Later, you're gonna see this note that says "shifty eyes," and you're just gonna be like, "What?"
You ever do that? I used to keep like a little notebook like right next to my bed, and so if I, was falling asleep and all of a sudden I had an idea for something I wanted to do in Minecraft, I'd like leave myself a note about it, and then you look in the morning and you see like this scribble that doesn't say any words or letters, and you're like, what is this supposed to mean?
Or it has something like readable things, but it doesn't make any sense, like potato stickers, and you're like, "What? What does that even mean?"
I think it was supposed to be potato on a stick, and it's been done. Come on, dude.
That's funny.
Oreo cup. Wait a minute, an Oreo cup. What if they made a cup out of Oreo cookies that you could put your milk in to dip Oreos in, and then you could just eat the cup when you were done? Holy God, get me a lawyer for trademarkings.
That was a fun journey to take with you, MC Gamer.
Hello. Hi.
Sure that nap isn't still needed. I'm feeling a bit
worried.
of the what are we coming up on? 4 o'clock. Oh my gosh. 2 hours and 10 minutes until I press F3.
You should
Are you
combine your
Central Time Zone? Kurt?
What's that?
Are you Central Time Zone?
Yes.
Did not realize that.
I am Central Time Zone.
I was
Stay out
mentioning
of
you should probably, combine your arrow stacks because you have exactly enough to make a stack.
Oh, hey, I did not realize. When did I shoot arrows? Oh, it must have been at that skeleton that was chasing me out of the
Yeah.
the cursed golden record dungeon.
Skeletna.
Thank you very much for assisting me in my organization. I'm carrying around this gunpowder as if I'm going to create some sort of TNT, but... yeah, okay, so I'm going to sleep. I'm going to close and back up the world. I'm going to take a personal quick break. Then we'll be back a little bit over 2 hours before F3, and a little bit over 1 hour left before I close the submissions for the contest, the Guess the F3 Number contest, to either just any entry is up for random grabs to get some games, to get Brian's Minecon cape randomly, to what else? Farlands Bus spreadshirt stuff. But the big prize, if you get closest to the F3 number, you'll get a $100 credit to shapeways.com. So do that at farlancerbus.com/F3 is where you can submit your entry. All right, going to sleep. Snoring noises. Droppy noises. It's very weird to do this in a live stream and then still be here and still be talking to the people.
It's really nice because it's in my ears and it's just there. And it's just very clear, very crisp. It's wonderful. Maybe I do need a nap.
Yeah. Well, I'm not holding any. We have. Well, I suppose for anybody who's joined in like the last hour might not know, we have Lorgon 111, we have Good, and we have MC Gamer on the line. Earlier we had Doc, we had Michael, we had Nia of Two Girls One Minecraft, and more to come in just the remaining 2 hours. Of course, the big moment, the F3 moment. So I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back. And like I said, you guys are free to leave at any time. You don't have to stick around for the entire thing if you don't want to, or you can just stay and entertain the people right now. I'm away. Entertainment.
But no pressure.
Yeah.
I have a furniture story now. I have a furniture story.
That's
Remember?
right.
Good.
We've been waiting ever since the post store to hear
All right.
MC Gamers gather around, children.